I was still sticky in 96.
My grandparents,
94.
I was
they
like,
saw Lion King in theaters, and the next movie they saw in theaters was the remake of Lion King.
That kind of makes me sad because there were at least 3 good movies.
so many good movies.
That is really impressive, though.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna play D&D right now.
Who would like to be the one who offers the summary for the people who weren't here last time?
I wasn't here last time, so
I don't
give me-
remember.
I
anything.
burned spider webs
We
like a
recorded
month
it.
ago.
There's no excuse.
No, I do remember. I robbed a noble.
Oh, that's right, you did.
So he robbed potentially like the master champion of the hunt for the
Master
last
puppets?
several
He had a
years.
bunch of. He only had 5 trophies.
Yeah, 5 trophies.
But they were all consecutive.
Did you share the gold?
I have more.
Technically
I
need
want
to
Grand
give you
Prix
more
trophies
information
right now,
on that,
so.
Chris, and I do have that information
Yes,
for
we
you.
all got some
None of the
others.
trophies
All
are
right.
his.
Not
They all
I
have
will
different names
take
attached to them.
I think I
Different
wrote down
names.
exactly.
I thought it was
20.
different names of different monsters.
Nope, they were all different
I spent it
monsters.
all, so.
Let me.
You guys went shopping without me?
Yeah.
I have things I need to buy.
So there were 5 different creatures there from the 5 years
We can pay for it
previous.
since we're going north.
What did we do?
Going
It
from
has the years carved on it as well.
yes. So
And then when I
year
had to leave,
before-
it was like
oh,
4 weeks
the
ago.
year is
Oh, that's
1020
right.
currently.
Can you just send it? Is that
Yes.
okay if you just send it to me?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna forget.
It might have. It was
And I'm
something
not
like
quite yet
125
ready to
or
be writing
something.
stuff down.
The most important thing is last year, Korag
You don't think that's right?
was the name that you saw. And that was with a night hag with a hag eye.
Malachi?
That yeah. And so
Zechariah.
A
that-
night hag with a hag eye.
yes. So a hag eye is what they use. Is what a coven of hags use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should I just put down
So-
one
So it
slide,
was-
call it good?
Like there was 2 parts to that.
Yes.
Do you remember more?
And most
I
of
might
my
have done it.
I thought I recorded it.
Yeah, I'll be fine. But yeah, so that one would have been one that you would have actually noticed the name and
You don't think?
probably taken a little bit more note of what
How
was
much
there.
money everyone got?
I think you gave everyone. Like
Wait, we got money last week?
I think you gave everyone
4
like
weeks ago.
75 or something like that.
It was 75, yeah, because it
I remember.
was just what I needed. Between that, what I had, and what I stole, put
I
me
definitely did
9 gold
not
over
mark
what I
that.
needed to.
Did I get 75 gold?
No.
Everyone did. But
We didn't split it.
They
with
gave
you
me
because-
your 75 gold.
Everyone got 75 gold.
Aren't you rich?
the big thing
Yes.
is.
Oh my gosh! Did you just erase 2 1s?
What?
Wait, you have. Wait.
I mean, you could have just raised 11 and went to 86.
Oh.
No, but it looked like it because I can't read.
Okay.
The big thing is we ended on the day of the hunt.
Yes.
We did
More
end on
important,
the
guys, I have
morning.
4 copper pieces.
Oh,
Morning.
I don't have none of those.
Even more
I've
importantly,
got a shovel.
we have
And a
places
knife.
to be and times we have to be there.
Yeah.
Like bed in 4 hours. So let's
I'll
go.
meet you there. Wait, what?
No, like the foot
3
of the
hours for
stage,
some of us.
noonish.
All right.
Okay, so
That's
the
the
other
other
thing is we got winter clothes for everybody.
Horag
We're
works
doing
for
two.
Ogax.
What?
I wrote that down.
Horag is working for your nemesis.
And we can sell him drow skin
Yes.
for 50 gold apiece.
Ogax. Oh, show. I don't know. Maybe it's
Wait.
Shoot money draw.
That is correct.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
You knew that.
That-
I know.
We
I started
talked
to
with
see, I was like,
Horag.
no matter which
And we
game,
traded
your
info
skin's
with him.
worth money.
Yeah.
And we had some discussionisms.
Uh-huh.
And we decided to trade info for info.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what info we traded.
We told him
for.
about the
You told him
Drow
about
City in the
Drow
mountains.
City,
Yeah.
and
He
he
told
told
us.
you about
An abandoned hut.
Which I
Yeah.
don't understand why that was equal trade.
It's important because it's got a warlock tome in it that I need.
No, it's got an old book.
Yeah.
Actually,
That would be a warlock tome that I
Small chance of success, certainty of death. What are we waiting for? So,
Obviously,
That is
the only
all of
books
it.
out there are magical books, guys.
It is a lot of shopping and
Mhm.
downtime
Yeah.
session.
Paul poisoned some people.
I made some poisons.
How many poisons have you made by now?
I made a lot of anti-poisons.
That's true. That's true. You had a lot of
Anti-venoms.
Okay.
is the anti-poison?
Anti-venom. It's
So-
it heals you.
So yeah.
So like
So instead of you being poisoned for a whole minute,
Right.
it's only for until he can get to you and use his action.
Was
Or
it
bonus
for a
action.
minute?
Yeah.
Bonus action.
I don't know.
It's bonus action because it'd be
It's
a
a
motion.
quick poison. Oh, okay, better.
Okay. So yes, it is in fact day of the hunt. You know your timeline. You have information. Where would you like that sent? Like email or
Just text it to me.
text?
I'll copy and paste it into my notes.
My brain just stopped right now.
Okay, so I am
You were the
confused.
Italian there for a second.
Yep.
So Horag works for who now?
Okay.
Anthrax.
I would have found it.
That's a very different name than I thought everyone else was saying. Okay, I'm tracking now.
Who did you think? Vortex?
It just wasn't computing as a name I had ever heard before. Yep, we're good now.
Oh,
To be fair, John's probably the only one, apart from you, that's seen this word written down and actually knows how to pronounce it. So
Literally, axe.
yeah, I did not pick up on that at all.
no. Here's how it's written. I have it spelled out O-H-G-A-X.
I had
That's what I heard.
Oh, axe.
Okay, so that's why when everybody was saying it, I was picturing it as like a name, like that, and I was
Yeah,
like,
that's how I heard it. That's how
what?
He works for OGAX.
And like everybody
That's
was
what
right,
I thought.
and everybody was looking at me like, "You've heard this name before. It's the people you know." And I'm like, "I know no one by the name
Come
of
on,
Ogax."
Melissa, didn't you write your own backstory?
Okay, Chris. That's a picture of
Thank
it. So yeah.
I thought he was chiding you for knocking Melissa.
Oh.
Melissa didn't
And I
write the
didn't
names,
put
Phoebe
I
did.
didn't put the years on there, but it's
Let me just stop you.
farthest down is most recent.
False. This is false.
Exactly
Gotcha.
5 years.
Consume.
Okay. And I will actually include that in the text right below. That way, if you want to go back reference.
I got
Five
5 hours
does
and
have a
7
purpose.
minutes last night.
It allows you.
Buddy.
Yeah, I got like that too.
It's the worst thing about having a Fitbit. It's like, look, you're terrible on your body.
Well, I think
I
the
got
worst,
between this and this.
to me, the worst is like, okay, I'll set my alarm, and it's like, okay, this is going off in 6 hours.
All my kids
But then, like, when I wake up an hour later, and then I wake up 3 hours later, and then it's like, oh my gosh, you're cutting into what little precious time I had when I set my alarm initially.
That's true.
Anyway,
So-
The
so
Fitbit is so bright during the night.
it's the day of the hunt.
It is the day of the hunt.
Let's go hunt some stuff.
No, first we have the ceremony.
First,
What's
I'm
the
going to the
insect?
Mystic Shop. The Magic Mystic
Ooh,
Shop.
I do need to
Magic
get
Mystic.
We don't need to be there till noon.
Okay.
How late
I'm
were
looking
you
for
up?
things too.
What?
I'm looking for things too.
How late was
Chris?
Redemption up?
Oh, me? I don't know. How late?
So
It wasn't too late when I got back. 'cause I
no,
left
it was
around
like
dinner time.
yeah, it was around dinner time. So you would have made it back by 10 to go around, explore, sneak around.
Oreo?
Peanut butter?
No.
I need to break these more often.
There's no peanut butter.
That's not peanut butter?
No.
This is
There's golden Oreos.
Are you allergic to peanut butter?
No.
Okay.
Where's the creamy filling?
On top.
Mixed
In
in.
a commercial in the
How did you
90s.
get it out of? There's other.
So yes, you would have made it back by
There's
10.
something called
Okay.
Or,
Marshmallow.
Okay. So he wasn't out terribly late because he was a responsible adult and
Cream cheese.
Responsible con.
Rob responsibly, guys.
If we're going
Marshmallow.
shopping, I do need to go shopping.
It's not like
I'm not going
or something
shopping.
Like that?
It's marshmallow fluff.
Didn't you say
Oh,
you're
it's
going to the magic
marshmallow.
shop?
Are you going
Yeah.
lifting?
If so,
If we're
count
going
him
to the
in.
magic shop and shop of magical items,
Yes.
I will join.
Oh, he
And
hasn't
buy
been
things.
here the last several times that
he has
we've.
not.
I keep trying to buy things.
Mystical, what's it, Magical Marketplace?
Oh wait,
Mystical
you were here. You were
Mystical
here one time.
Marketplace.
Is this more of these things?
No.
Are you going to be
Still-
offended if I eat another one of these things?
I've had like 5.
I have not had one.
You should have one.
Probably
Josh.
had
I
5.
should have one.
She can always make more, although I ate.
I don't
You
like
ate all the
yours.
golden Oreos.
I
They
don't
were
like golden
delicious.
Oreos. That's not
It
true.
tastes like a-
Okay,
You
so
just eat it.
So while you were herding cats, and the
Miss-
day of the hunt has begun,
I don't like it.
Mystical
We
Market,
don't
you're
know.
coming.
Yes, because it has things like
You're
I'm
stopping,
picking up my scroll and leaving.
picking up your scroll and leaving. Go ahead, discard. remove.
Discard 5 gold.
Yeah.
Do not pass go.
75 gold, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm going back to our room and I'm going to start transcribing it into my book.
okay.
Did we
So-
buy,
I want
Wait,
jewel
wait,
horn and a glass eye.
do we have a diamond?
Previously.
A jeweled
we have-
horn and a glass eye.
100 gold points a piece. Gold pieces a piece.
How do you guys all have so much money?
That's what I want.
Well, you're playing a
Oh,
wizard,
not
wizard
limited,
S
fine,
class, and
He
I don't know. I don't
would
really have much money.
he would have them. Go ahead. We'll mark off just the 200 gold for both of them. I also came across a really interesting Excel spreadsheet that I will be using going forward.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be helpful for us.
It is
I take all my money
magical
back.
items.
That's amazing.
Magical like components, I should say, and prices associated. And
That is
Yeah.
that is really really helpful. That's cool.
thank goodness other people care about these things. Okay, so both of them head out, come back fairly quickly. Is there anything else that y'all want to take care of in the morning, or are y'all going to chill until setup is finished for the starting ceremony and then head over that way?
I don't have anything that I want to do.
I would.
I don't have anything that I want to do, but I would like to gently suggest to our party that we plan to show up at like 11 rather than noon, just in case we get lost or attacked or confused.
While they're out shopping, I'll actually grab Fractal
What I do?
By the neck.
Ooh, okay.
and recommend that he and I go and
Let's take a
case the joint.
Kind of joints.
I hate it when I leave my other character at home.
Okay. Y'all are wanting to go where the actual castle house is?
Where the
and-
ceremony will take place.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're extra.
Okay.
Technically,
So,
they're extra.
Y'all start making your way to the center of the city, place that you have been before. Fairly easy to find,
Pseudo stealthily.
pseudo stealthily. Okay, so
One of us is sneaking, but
I
the
will-
other's banging pots.
I was gonna say roll for pseudo stealth.
I was about to say, if you'd like to roll for stealth, go ahead.
This isn't gonna go well, guys.
What does that mean?
10.
I don't know.
10. Okay.
The happy Paul noises? I don't know what they are either. What are happy Paul
It was
noises?
Show us.
Paul, I think it was when you had the pizza or something.
Oh.
I don't even remember what I said.
Sure, I'm missing something in this conversation.
You need to think of that.
Anyway.
So you turn around and I'm gone.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you
At 23.
get? Oh, jeez.
Did you have a comprehend languages? Oh, you don't have that.
I do now. I just bought it this morning.
How goes this stuff?
Except the cleric who has prepared spell lists.
I mean, I
Where he
told,
can change them out every
I
day.
would have told you
That
last
is good.
night
It's
that I
tongues,
was.
so it's kind of useless. It was just the last ditch.
It's what?
Tongues,
Oh,
which isn't
Yeah.
the same thing.
Okay.
wait, is that the one that we were planning on you using, and then one of us would just try to read the book?
Yeah.
You would understand.
I'm so sad now. Okay. Yeah. So you manage to stay in the shadow of Fractal as he weaves his way through the many, many people who are now inhabiting this city. It is almost a dance as y'all like just are like a yeah, I was about to say, like a Gen Con experience as you're weaving your way through people, trying not to be too noticed, but also trying to make sure that you're advancing towards your goal. Y'all do, in fact, make it to the center of the city. You see, and I described this to them that they had seen the previous day, but you again see these booths that are now set up for different what seem to be carnival type games. You see.
Do I see the Wormwood booth?
The old worm.
Not a sponsor.
There is a woodworking booth.
Yeah. I'm not interested.
Um,
I'm interested.
Unless they have dice trays.
This is not the right.
you see someone whittling dice. Would you like to
You
sit
take
down
out some
at the table?
parchment and draw some character
My
sheets.
fingers start twitching, but I keep moving.
Okay. You do see what seems, what appears to be a stage that has been erected over the wall that extends out from one of the top levels of the mansion that the king lives in.
Wait, say that again?
So there has been a stage, a platform erected that comes out from the house
Okay.
and over to right above the wall. That there's a, if you remember correctly, there is a wall that surrounds the exterior of this city. There's a wall that surrounds a much smaller wall that extends out of the center of the city, just surrounding the actual mansion proper. That wall is about 10 feet tall. So there is basically this.
Yeah, that's not too long. Continue.
Yeah, no, not tall at all, but tall enough to at least
Keep out.
discourage. So yeah, there's a pathway, bridge, if you will, leading from the top of one of the balconies that he had
Okay.
out towards. It would be the it'd be facing the east entrance to the actual city. So coming out that way, because that is the main entrance that most travelers come in through, since this is a western type city. Most people would be coming in from that direction. And it is a modest stage, enough room for him and maybe a couple of guards, and that's about it. No one seems to be up there save for 2 guards at the very end of that platform. Go ahead. If you would like to notice anything other than that, you may make a perception roll.
It's gonna go really well. 10.
The castle itself, mansion itself looks fairly more well guarded than what you had normally seen for your previous trips here. At least 4 guardsmen posted at any entrance that you see into the actual gated portion. Other than that, you do not see necessarily any movement in the castle itself. No sign of the king or princess.
Okay.
Princess is in another house.
Is there anything else in particular that you're looking for?
I'm looking for a general, like,
Is there a general?
And is he
like
single?
heightened, like wariness, or any particular like feeling that guards are looking for anyone, or on edge, or
You do not necessarily see anyone on edge, but there is a very heightened presence of them for fear of.
since that day in, are we at the Helping Hand?
When?
I don't know. Have we found any more wanted posters featuring us?
That's an excellent question.
We did look at the job
It is
board
this
yesterday,
place.
or the day
We're
before.
wanted.
Did not see any wanted
Beautiful.
posters.
Do you remember the part
I'm
where
displeased by
your
that.
old character left
very
and
much.
we killed a bunch of people and then burned a house down?
You have not seen any more wanted posters.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
So not ringing any bells.
It was the last session that your other character
What
was in.
exactly are we in
became
this joint
The
for?
slavers.
Oh,
the
Dusk. I
servants.
thought you were talking about the.
I mean, I can look for weaknesses or places to hit. And
In the other campaigns.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, we're not wanted in the
the
other
right
campaigns.
hand. The temple walls were really not wide.
Yes, I do remember that. Wait, so we're wanted for that?
We're not sure.
Poster
That's
had
the
some vague
problem.
descriptions and a "Have you seen these people?" kind of thing.
They might be wanting to just give us money
Yeah.
for killing slavers.
That's amazing.
More
Usually happens.
just,
Smugglers usually give you the money.
let's just say I have trust issues with mobility.
Just trying to read the room.
What?
You just trying to read the room.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Raise the rim.
But he asked, raid the room.
Not
I'm
sure
also trying
if
to
it does
raise
interest
the
you,
roof.
but you would also have seen two carnival games in particular. There appears to be a tug of war.
Tug of war.
Tug of war, guys. I was
Tug of war booth, and a what appears to be some sort of shooting game setup.
Actually, Tug of War would be a really cute name for like a dog. A dog, Tug of War. You can make
You should see the size of the dog on the other side.
Tug of
It's
War.
not the size of the fighting dog. It's how many there are behind them. In the roads.
Or the number of teeth.
Are these carnival games like
Can you
already
imagine?
set up and running?
They
Dogs.
do appear to be set up and running.
It's just them two.
It's just them two because you're at the magic shop.
Oh.
Chris, imagine dogs but with sharp teeth, like rows and rows.
Ah.
There's the dark form.
There's probably some monster that John's looking at
DM.
right now. For
Where's the spell
Land
card?
shark.
May I be? Yes,
So-
free magic.
Based on that,
Just to put all of these in my warlock tome.
I mean, trust issues kind of runs into those, but
Yeah.
Are you
I forgot what I'm looking for.
specifically distrust someone that we've met or come in contact with, or you just got a bad feeling and you tell me
These are all
In general, do not trust the king.
because he's a king or
Stop it.
because you don't like him?
Stop it. Stop
Because he
it.
tried to,
Stop
sell
it.
his daughter off to
I
gang
stopped.
lies.
See, I helped.
That is
Those
kind
are
of
yours.
typical for kings. It's
You're not yellow.
you haven't very much
Yellow's cleric.
appreciated the way
Yeah,
he
since I can do
is,
ritual spells, I can have anybody's ritual spells.
That's a
I
warlock.
don't know. The whole way things have gone down since
Only
we
because I'm
arrived
a
just made me
Pact
uneasy.
tome.
What went down? I mean,
Just
So, like,
the way we
Ford
were
is Pact of the Blade, so he has extra
greeted and
Oh,
fighting stuff.
charisma.
just
I mean-
seemed off.
I mean,
Like he
here's
gets,
a question.
he gets a second
to
attack.
be honest, that was the first time I've been in
Conduct.
any kind of place like that during the day when I wasn't being arrested.
Your conduct
So-
is exploratory.
It's kind of new for me.
Conduct yourselves manner
But-
and worthy of
Yeah.
it.
Because it's two separate
That
words
seems off
that just
to
happen to have the same
Might
spelling.
just
And
be
kind of the same meaning.
I mean, remember, we're from a country that they're not exactly happy with at the best of times.
Yes,
we didn't
no, I
help
know
that. I don't know if he knows exactly how much we had to do with all of the
Probably
things.
because one's a noun and one's a verb.
And in regards to his daughter being single again.
Would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yay.
But also
That
Latin
would be
and stuff.
interesting to know if he knows that.
Agreed.
I
Actually, Latin.
don't really want to be in the
English,
room.
Everyone that took their stuff from Latin and they made
Don't
it
feel like
weird
that's
stuff.
something we should ask.
That we can
I've been
figure
thinking
out.
of that for a while. Thank you for
Um,
solving the quandary.
but yeah,
I
maybe
wouldn't say I
it's
solved it.
just my
Well, math sure didn't help.
not easiness that make me
It does make sense, I guess.
question. No one else seems to have problems, so it's probably just me.
You might be wrong.
Sweet.
You might be right.
Just can I learn that?
We'll just have to find out.
Was uneasy about the idea of showing up for hunt and just being arrested. What? I'm guessing that is
Who's allowed to use what?
yeah. So that's
Right.
There
I mean,
should
do you
be
know
a-
which?
There should be a key at the very beginning.
He's right
Oh,
there.
it's so far away. I'm just assuming that it's not with lock.
What do you need to know?
No, like
just-
just
Oh, because that.
You are a Keith.
I'm
No
gonna
one wants the
go
book.
with sorcerer. Oh no, actually.
I would say wizard for
Yeah,
that one and
I'm
sorcerer is
that
the
one.
flaming teardrop.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to figure out which who can do what spell.
Yeah.
Mm. Maybe it didn't
What is-
ranger.
What is
So-
spell in question?
That one's Warlock, so it doesn't matter because that one wasn't on there.
I don't know.
It was like someone's Scorcher, like Asmagaznar. Alright. You guys are gonna laugh.
I'm not laughing.
A Ganazar.
Oh,
Oh my
Asmagaz.
Is that like
Oshbagosh.
That's my new
Razzmatazz.
character name going to be.
Asmagaznar?
Yay, we're actually putting it on there. What did your notes say? Asmagazmar?
Asmagazmar.
What else happened? Don't know.
Asmagazmar
He's the
happened.
famous wizard that invented the ability to breathe spell.
It's a good spell. So are we still just hanging out then?
Okay.
Do we have some kind of backup plan? Do we want some kind of backup plan? Do we want I don't know, just say the word, we just start cutting people down and just everyone dies? Seems to kind of be what you prefer. No? Alright, we'll just,
No,
You
stop.
give him one taste of his previous life, and this is what he turns into.
sorry, that's the old me. Or we could, I was going to say sneak off, but I've recently learned that's not a possibility.
Is that supposed to be a dig?
Roll a 10. And I don't think you're the least stealthy of the group. I mean,
I don't know. Like the cleric isn't actually super unstealthy because he has
No.
lighter armor. So
I guess for now, just
well, yes, the magical boy, if you could do anything.
be on
Oh, I can
guard.
do things.
I'm talking about you.
Be willing to be vocal about anything that seems to not be going right.
Remember earlier when I said you were speaking my language? Paranoia is my language, so I appreciate it.
Ward. Y'all make it back to the house? Or to the hotel?
You're welcome to head back
What?
to the hotel. I think I'll actually
That's
stay.
literally the
We're
only
just
word
gonna-
I can do.
What
with
time?
that voice.
About what time is it? How much longer?
So I would say it's probably right around 10, so it's
Okay.
getting close to time.
You're
You start
recording.
noticing people starting to crowd around, finding spots to not quite pitch up a tent, but at least stick around for a bit for the entirety of the ceremony.
should I have been in the what they call it, the common room? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
The VIP lounge where everyone has cocktails and stuff. So I'm more just like getting lay of the land.
Yeah.
Trying to keep an eye out for Horag because I know that Mora is not super happy with him.
Laura?
Mora.
Mora.
I also heard Laura and was like,
Laura, I'm a lady. Howdy there. That was terrible. Oi.
Okay.
Oi.
Hey,
Things
so-
really get bad, I can always break it.
So you're going down there as soon
Do
as
that yet.
from whenever you wake up to just chill.
Yeah.
Then
Just
you
kind of like leisurely eating, kind of scoping out the lay of the land.
okay. Then you
Thank you for your magic.
you would have seen 3 people leave.
3 people. Okay.
You would have seen what appears to be you've seen mixed blood elves before, but this one looks to be of pure blooded elf. Male, very long blonde hair, and it would have been a staff that he walked with.
Did it look like he had the staff as a pretension? Oh wait, not like a cane, but like a staff.
Like a staff.
Okay, sorry. Got my words mixed up here.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, sorry.
You would have seen one human walk out. He would have been an axe on either hip and rough, curly, black hair. Both of them guys, and then Horag would have walked out as well. As you see Horag walk out, you actually Horag.
See, okay, hang on. Which way is it?
What?
Because sometimes you've said Horig, and other times you've said Horag, and my notes definitely have it written as Horig.
Sometimes
It's
you
with an
say
A.
Ashland.
Okay.
Sometimes you say Ashland.
Horag.
Log,
I will
Ashlow.
try my
no,
hardest.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I just had it written very wrong then.
No, I am very bad at pronunciation. You can ask Chris. I don't know any of those fancy rules about pronouncing things and what things are required to be next to what other things to make it sound different. So
So, English.
yes, that one. Horag. As you see him exit, you actually hear before he enters the room a sound of two ferocious beasts.
Does it look like the three of them are hunting together, or like did they leave as a group, or was it?
They left one at a time. Just things you would have noticed as you're waiting. Horag would have been the last one to leave, and you would be hearing his beasts enter the room before he did. Unchained as they walked past him, snipping at one another. Tails of each one of the beasts are kind of whipping, just flowing behind them.
Have I
Go-
seen these animals
Yeah,
before?
go ahead and
Joker.
go ahead and make a nature check.
I don't know if I'm good at this or not.
Check your nature.
15.
before you wreck your
Okay.
That would be funny. Have a druid that just hates nature, just wants to see it all burn.
These things are absolutely massive. As you see, the front two paws walk past with a very cat-like face. You see another set of legs right behind the first, and then two paws trailing. These appear to be displacer beasts.
And you said the
Hey,
tail, and you said the
did-
tails were
That's what they made the
spiked.
fancy coat.
They are not spiked, but there are multiple tails. It actually looks like these two of the tails are coming more off of its shoulder blades than its actual derriere. It does have one actual true tail, but the other two are just more like tentacles than actual tails.
Okay.
And when you try to, that's where Vax got his displacer cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
And that's
that.
why,
For some reason, I thought the thing that he got that from could fly.
no, he could
There
displacer
was some
beasts
other
project
thing that
and it
Yeah,
becomes
right?
That-
moving
that-
forward.
Something else
That
that
was
could
his-
fly that they
was his other
killed,
cloak. No.
and then like sold.
Oh, that was the one that let him teleport. I think. Like a mountain bike or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter right now.
Yeah.
Does it look like as Horag is passing by other customers, do the animals seem to lash out at anything nearby, or
They seem aggressive, but every single time that you see one of them, like maybe even make a step out of line, you'll hear him hiss and whistle, and then all of a sudden it'll whip its head around and look at Horag and just kind of continue walking along. He seems to have them fairly well trained from your expert opinion.
I wonder how much it displacer would
are the rest of my companions in the common area?
Would anyone else have been chilling in the common area? Or I know you.
I would be, but in the corner
in the corner.
once I got back.
How long did it take me to get shopping?
Yeah, it wouldn't have taken that long. You would have been able to get back, and you would have seen him chilling in the room.
I would be there. I'm not doing anything to
Okay.
the festival.
So the two that went out for shopping would have only gotten to see Horag,
Hi, Horag. I don't actually say that to him.
but you would have missed the first two. Yeah, you would have gotten to see all three of them as well. You two would not have.
Would have been like Horag leaving as we're entering.
Not quite. He actually would have been leaving closer to around 10. So you would have been able to make it back because it wouldn't have taken you much to get out there, grab your 2 things, and make it back. So,
Did the Chaos Crew see him?
The who?
The Casers.
No.
Oh,
Case. I thought you said chaos.
He definitely
I
called you the
did.
Chaos
I
Crew.
did.
We don't count as the chaos crew, guys. That's not
I
our
know.
names for a while.
I know. Then I said it, and I was like, no, that doesn't fit. Sorry.
We might for a second, but
So these 2 were definitely not back there, but
Yes.
everyone else saw it.
Yep.
Saw at least Horag and his beasts. Okay.
and he would have actually made a point because he would have remembered. I can't remember your name. Misery's. Yeah, sorry. He would have remembered Misery's comment the night before and would have been like, "Hey, Misery,
Oh, asking about the
What are your
animals.
these are my pets." As he,
Was that a hypothetical? Because I thought you said that I wasn't there for that.
He
you
said he-
you
you
would
were there.
have been there.
Yeah,
You would have
you
just
would've
been hiding in the corner if
Okay.
you would have been staying down there.
Gotcha.
So if he would have seen you, he would have made note of that because he remembers.
That's nice of him.
You could definitely speak to animals as bird.
What time is it roughly when Horag leaves? Is it-
Borak leaves right around 10.
Okay.
So it is about 2 hours until the event starts.
I think I might wait a couple minutes and then I'm going to try and follow him. Like a minute or 2.
And try and follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A minute passes. You walk over to the door. Go ahead and make your perception check to see if you can track where he went.
Can I try and do it quietly?
Yeah.
Look with your eyes.
15. Let's see, perception. That'd be a natural 20.
It wouldn't be
Unnatural.
An
20.
Unnatural 20. I don't like the dirty part. There's
Uh,
20 total. How about that?
20 total. You would, as you make it over to the door to kind of look out, the most you can see is you can see the tails whipping up down the street as you look down where the festivities are about to occur. You do see just every once in a while one of the tails just kind of whip up, and that's the most that you can see him as he starts walking off.
Okay. I'd like to try and follow from, like not hurrying, not running after him, but just like following after him.
Okay.
It seems a bit early to be leaving for the festivities, so I'm curious if he's going somewhere, like maybe has a contact, or if he has other party members that he didn't tell us about.
Okay. Is it just going to be you? Everyone else busy?
I wanted to do
You
it.
wouldn't follow? You wouldn't follow? Okay.
Probably not.
So just for fun, go ahead and roll stealth check as you follow along behind.
15. Not
15. Doesn't matter. There's enough people around. It's easy enough for you based on the size of these beasts, and every once in a while getting to see their tails whip up, and people are giving him a fairly wide berth as he's making it through the crowd anyways. You're able to sneak around a bit, and he doesn't seem to notice, but he makes his way right front and center of stage. You hear him whistle. I can't do it. I can smile. And the 2 dogs sit and just lay down there. And you see him.
Things.
They're things. They're very
You can tell a
feline
type
and
of person by what he calls a dog or a cat.
It's a displacer. It's not either.
He said pet.
Cats
You
are.
said dog.
He said dog.
Oh.
Cats are more
He's-
closer to displacement.
They
than
sound
dogs.
like it. Doesn't matter, guys.
Continue on.
They sound
you
like
see him. Both of them lay down, and he kind of just finds his spot front and center of where the stage is, to where he would have a good view of it, and leans back up against one of his displacer beasts with the other one right underneath his hand, and he just waits.
So is he on the stage?
He's not on the stage. He's below the
It's like
stage,
front row.
like front row. He found himself a nice spot, and people seem to be walking around him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of just in the middle of a walkway. Like he's there. He doesn't care. He's just waiting.
Okay.
He knows that this is where he needs to be.
So Ashlog and I will in that area be able to see him come in. As y'all are wandering around, you would eventually see him meander over, sit down, and just wait.
Wait 15 minutes and see if anyone comes to him.
Wait 15 minutes. You see a couple people who are a little bit braver than most who just kind of walk a little bit closer, and as they do, you'll see them like and just whip their head around. But other than that, no one seems to be getting within about 10 foot of him in any
Okay.
direction.
So it's not like anyone got close enough that they could have dropped off a letter or anything.
Go ahead and make a perception.
Ooh. 23.
Noise.
You were watching very intently as any person who would have gotten anywhere near him, and you did not see anyone get close enough to make it past your eyes and drop off a letter, a note, anything.
Okay. Do I see any of my compatriots around?
With that, you would have.
Yeah, that beats mine.
Yeah, I was about to say you would have seen hiding off against one of the like towards the shop area, just kind of peeking around the corner every once in a while. You would have seen both Ashlog and Fractal.
What were you doing, Fractal? Were you just like chilling and watching the stage, same thing that I'm doing, basically?
Just brooding and
Convince
keeping
cats can talk.
Okay, no.
No. That's where you were like, no, I don't want to. Well, seeing that two of my other compatriots seem to have the area well observed. I know Fractal knows his way around coin purses and finding those sorts of things, so I'm sure he has a very keen eye, so I'll probably head back.
Okay.
Head back to the tavern.
So, with that, if no one else has anything to do, I assume that y'all are going to everyone's going to end up making their way over to the stage around noonish.
I'll be there sooner, but I'm hoping to travel with the party.
Yeah, I'll
But
go
if no one's there, I'm gonna leave.
I'll head there early with you.
I'll go there
Okay.
with you as well.
Okay.
I would have come back.
I'll meander along with them.
Okay.
If I see the what was it, tug of wolf,
Tug of wolf.
I'd want to stop and say, "Hey, let's see what this tug of wolf is about."
So, y'all do make it there early enough to where you see this half elf, this female half elf. Come on now. Only a few minutes more that will remain open until the festivities begin. Try your luck. We have a tug of war challenge. You have 3 times that you must beat our champions.
In my head, I had it as tug of wolf, so when you said tug of war, I almost corrected you.
Tug of woof, John. Tug of woof.
Wolf, John. Go on.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, I'm okay with this idea. This is a great idea.
How many champions are there?
You see, you actually see three people standing beside her. You see this very small human female that seems to just be standing there, rocking back and forth a bit. Next to her, you do see a dragonborn, male dragonborn, who looks young, seasoned. You see like a couple of scars across his face. And then next to him, you see a very large Goliath. that is dwarfing the other two, who's just sitting down. And sitting down, he is about the height of this dragonborn standing up. And he just has his hands on his knees, just scanning the crowd. Just waiting for someone to come up.
And I'm with these two. I got this guy.
I'm
Sit
not
back
even
and
gonna
watch.
slow down. I'm just walking right past. My strength is 8.
Wow, I'm
I don't know that I'm much better.
I have 9.
Remember the part when I couldn't untie my own self? I was just rolling around in the dirt while you guys were throwing rocks at fireplaces.
I mean, Paul can make you feel better.
Are you with us? No, you wouldn't be with us.
On that note,
No,
in
you
the
didn't,
other
right?
campaign, our strength disparity is what? 15 points?
Yeah.
I'm 3.
I think I'm at 16. So yeah, so
13 points.
13 points.
How much does it cost to participate? Because I might
Um,
actually.
As you go up,
Do you want to?
what you see is the setup is a rope that goes into this what appears to be a wooden box and then comes out on the other side. As you approach, you see the half-heifer mill. Oh, so I see we have some people who are interested. It is 10 gold for your 3 tries. If you manage to beat either any of our victors, really, you will manage 50 gold. If you fail any of these checks, then we get to keep your 10 gold.
That's how that's.
Is it one person at a time?
One person at a time. And
So
if you manage to
If we
beat
two,
our,
we get
Beat any of them, you get 50.
you must beat them 3 times.
okay. Any two? Or hold on, I'm sorry. Yo.
You choose one champion,
Okay.
and you must beat that champion 3 times. If you manage to beat Doff, and you see him kind of straighten up, we do have a grand prize that might interest.
That's 10 gold?
10 gold.
And okay, so it's 50 gold for beating one of the other 2,
Yes.
and it's grand prize for beating Doff.
Yes.
I'm out. That's an empty price to waste. I'm not
This
gonna
is
waste
the
this 10 gold.
perfect opportunity for y'all to increase your prowess as an adventurer.
Fire.
I'm in.
Who would you like to go up against?
Right? You said one person.
That's not what I meant. Excuse me a lot. So it was a small girl, dragonborn that looked rough, and then the big old guy.
That is correct.
It's like a new coat of paint helps makes the car go
I'm
faster.
gonna go against the
Flames
dragon.
make it work.
Dragonborn?
Let me
Hearn?
help you.
And then cast.
Her.
Our lawful good cleric cheating at games.
You gotta slide the hand
Shopkeepers.
or something, right?
Yeah.
How does that?
Go ahead.
It depends on what the components of the.
Go ahead and
Purple.
roll a sleight of hand check, and let's see.
He's casting.
Yeah.
Wait, are we not supposed to do that in this town?
You
That was,
can.
that was the other campaign.
Magic is
They don't
okay.
get that.
Magic is okay in this campaign,
She's-
but it's
yeah.
just your
Yeah.
Cheating is
It's
also
more
okay
just
at that.
cheating.
Right? What am I rolling?
You're go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
This is your choice. This is my idea.
You think that.
We're
So
stuck in a
many
silo.
As you go to hand the gold over, you actually feel a hand reach over and grab yours. I'm sorry, he will have to win on his
Oh.
own
I understand.
strength.
Sorry.
I understand. Sorry.
Sorry for rolling.
That makes sense.
Sorry for trying to cheat.
Guiding bolt.
Is
Forward
there,
level.
is there something I can roll to see who I think would have the best advantage on between Dragonborn and the girl?
As you look, the girl looks fairly frail compared to the Dragonborn. you would probably guess that the Dragonborn would be the more difficult one to defeat, just based on his physicality.
There's like each one's 50 gold, like beating the girl or the Dragonborn.
Absolutely.
Can I get in? Okay. I want to.
I was gonna say that sounds like a trick.
Because I want to figure. Because I want to figure out what I can.
Go ahead and roll insight.
Natural one.
Seems
Either-
legit.
Good to get
Girl's
that
the way
out
to
of
go.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not something fishy.
But see, I was going with the Dragonborn first, so I'll continue with the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our first roll.
It's like actually.
It's going to be your strength plus whatever you roll.
18.
Just straight strength checks. Okay.
How do you have
So
good stats?
as you
So
begin-
many good stats, like
as you begin pulling,
how do all those
Uh, the rope goes taut on both sides, and you feel yourself being pulled slightly towards the Dragonborn. So I guess I described this incorrectly. It is not if you lose any of them. It is 3 successive ones, and you must get 2 out of the 3 in order to win. That was my
Best
bad.
of 3.
Yeah, best of 3.
So that
That's
was a
what I-
loss.
So that one was a loss as you feel yourself getting pulled towards the Dragonborn. One more time.
16.
And this time, as you start sliding forward, you find purchase and start digging your heels in as you finally manage to eke your way back to where you started.
You meant it was
managed-
best 2 out of 3.
Best 2 out of 3.
Yes. Not for these rolls for winning a round of tug of war, but
No.
for the actual rounds of tug of war. So he's gonna
So
play tug with this guy 3 separate times.
no, it's gonna be 3
Tug of war rolls.
three tug of war rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my mistake in the description. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
well did.
That's 24.
Ooh. So as you finally start getting your purchase, you actually see the Dragonborn slip, and you manage to take advantage of it, and you just pull him straight on his butt. And go ahead, make those who are here make a perception check,
Including me?
including you.
Total of
Can I
20.
say I'm close enough? to
Nat
words?
20.
Sure.
Nat 11. So I've got I've got gauntlets for strength that give me huge strength modifier.
Gotcha.
Okay, so who did anyone roll above a 15?
I rolled a natural 20
Natural 20.
Total of 20.
for a total
So-
of 21.
On this last on this last tug, you actually heard a click come from the direction of the box that this thing seems threaded through.
I missed the part. The rope is threaded through a box.
Like there is it is a not so much a box, but it is like a pedestal, and there is a non-clear, like just something that it looks like the rope goes through
Okay,
to
like to
kind of
hold it up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did I hear the click and then he got slack? Or did
yes.
he pull and then as the Dragonborn fell, it clicked?
You heard a click as the last pull that he did.
Good job, you broke it.
Yay!
So with that, congratulations, we have another winner. Well, congratulations. As I am a woman of my word, here's your 50 gold.
Why, thank you.
Do we have any other
I want
takers?
to do an insight check on her. Does it seem like she was expecting him to win?
Go ahead and do your insight check.
I used luck. Ah! All right. So 7.
You're pretty insightful.
No, it was going off the.
I was going off my first roll, which was a 6.
Oh.
So 6,
7.
7.
7 total.
7.
As far as you can tell, she is very charismatic. I mean, as you would expect of someone who runs a carnival booth.
I think it's a scam.
It's a scam. We burn the booth to the ground, looking for the scam.
Anyone else like
did
to try?
Did I hear the click?
What did you roll?
Perception.
I don't remember what I rolled.
It was
You said
single
11.
digits.
You said
Okay.
11.
I was gonna say it was low
Yeah.
because
Yeah, you did not hear the click. You were so concentrated on your opponent that you just managed to eke out the pull on there.
So and it's 50 gold for any of them. So I can play the girl and still like, and if I beat the girl, I still get 50 gold.
Well, typically we try and keep it 1 victor per, but I tell you what, if you're willing to do double or nothing, we would be able to.
not that it isn't a great idea, Fire, but we are running
How
short on
about
time.
No double or nothing. But
Running
I'll
short
pay,
on
We
time.
don't have
I'll
time.
pay 15 for the Goliath.
15 for the Goliath, you say?
Yes.
Make a persuasion.
Can I make a persuasion check?
No need. No need. I wasted all my good
Actually,
rolls.
yes, you can use luck.
9.
But we don't
I can't use
No,
luck
not
to
yet.
have someone else
an
roll.
attacker.
It only
Nine.
an attack for that, unfortunately.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
No, no.
Policy dictates.
That's fine.
Because I
Fine,
can't
give
even
me
make them
15 gold
re-roll
back.
a.
That's
Saving
fair.
throw.
I normally would accept such a gracious offer. But if any of your friends would like a try, we'd be
We're
more
in a
than
hurry. Thanks. That was a fun game.
That was wonderful to watch. I just made 50 gold, suckers.
40 gold. Can't you count?
I paid 10, which is a sum 50. It's simple mathematics.
He still did make money.
Like to cast comprehend languages to find out what you just said.
It's the same thing he was trying to tell the other guy, the mage. Yeah, if I have you pay me for you to take my item.
I was tired. It made sense at the time.
All right.
Well, as we're walking away,
Thanks for.
I'm going to keep an eye and see when she diverges her attention, because I want to cast clairvoyance and see what's inside the box.
Okay.
Because I'm curious.
So you do begin to.
Curious about the box.
Because I'm a cat. This is separate from the clicking. This is just my character's curiosity. So
What's
in the
box?
So how does clairvoyance work?
I don't know.
It lets
It lets me see.
I cast
things.
speak with DM.
That'd be a super useful spell. It is a level
It's-
10 spell.
I was gonna say it's basically what that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Augur.
Augur. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
And legend lore
Legend lore.
and
And the
You create
divine
an invisible
intervention.
sensor within range in a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before, or an obvious location is unfamiliar to, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. Remains in place for the duration, which is 10 minutes. Can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. Cast a spell you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sense. You are in its space, and you can switch between seeing and hearing. Creature that can see the sensor, such as a creature benefiting from seeing visibility or true sight, sees a luminous, intangible orb about the size of your fist.
Okay.
One note. It does cost.
Yeah,
like
like
a
you-
shop.
Okay. So you go ahead and you
does it
cast that.
consume that?
Doesn't look like it though.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, wow, that was a waste.
Guys, I made 40 gold. So you go ahead and you cast that, and
Have true sight
Yeah.
and
no, box would allow for that. It just would also be in the middle of the road as well at that point. So we'll say that you do get to see inside the box.
The rope is clipping through your vision.
Yeah, the rope is kind of clipping. It's difficult to see. Roll.
if it adjusts just right, you see like the exterior of the rope, but the rope looks hollow through the center because of bad graphics.
11.
11. So you wait until you're out of sight. You manage to cast it, and it lands just to where you can kind of see inside of it, and you see the rope, and you see that around the rope on most sides, it seems to be just a fairly regular box, except for down below you don't see anything, but it seems to be hollow down there. You can't manage. It's kind of dark. You can't quite manage to see what's down there, but it's not just a normal box.
That's a weird box.
Yeah, I believe the game is rigged.
But I won.
Yeah, and I by no means mean to implicate that you're not strong, but it definitely clicked just before you gave your final tug. It's a carnival game, of course.
Oh, because then double or nothing. Then I'm spending 20 more gold, so I'm up 30, and I lost my 50. Tricky gypsies.
Let's be off.
Walking away. Right.
Okay. And with that, you do see after
I believe so.
you do see the both of the games begin to pack up at least a little bit put away. There's the crowd itself begins to grow more and more dense around the actual area of this stage that y'all now see. There are still the two guards that are stationed just right at the edge of this wall. And after about 10 minutes or so, they start hushing the crowd.
Are we in our place where we're supposed to be? Yeah.
I'm assuming that y'all would have found a place.
Yeah.
Do y'all
Hopefully
have?
trying to
Where
find
would
the
y'all?
front of the stage where we're supposed to be?
Yeah. As they're hushing, is there any place that are y'all looking for your other two? Are y'all gonna just find a place?
We're all together except for them too?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I will look for them.
Okay.
I guess you guys didn't say where you were going.
I did. I told the whole group where we were supposed to go.
Okay. Where we were supposed to go. So you told us that we were going to meet you there.
I told the group when and where we were supposed to show up,
Right.
according to the king.
Right. But since you guys aren't with our group, we're
If
just
you're getting there
assuming
early-
that you're going to be there.
Yeah.
When time is up. Okay. Yeah. Then I will go to where we're supposed to be, and I'll keep an eye out for these two
Okay.
clowns.
And
So as the group or whoever's gathering, I want to see if I notice anyone that seems to be taking note of not just individuals, but like everyone as a group. Like they're specifically marking out our group.
And I'm going to have my cloak pulled and hood up.
okay. Okay. So are you keeping an eye out? You're keeping an eye out for your group as well. So
I'm trying to find my group.
Yep. And anyone.
and anyone that seems to
Yep.
be going, oh look, it's those guys.
Okay.
Not just it's the weirdo with horns.
Go ahead and roll one more perception check, Danny.
Perception is 14.
14. So you do manage to find. It's not terribly hard. You've been traveling with them for the past couple of weeks, so you pick them out fairly well. As for those noticing your group, the only person that you see that appears to be blatantly looking around, just kind of keeping an eye on everyone, is Horag, as he is just kind of impatiently at this point looking over his shoulder, just kind of seeing where everyone has settled. So
How much time do we have before the thing? Is it like about to start? 10 minutes?
about 10 minutes out before like the guards are trying to get everyone to quiet down.
Shall we find our spots real fast?
Someone saving a seat?
Yeah.
I will. I don't have shoes. I was going to say pretend to tie my shoe, then I was like, no.
Pretend to text someone.
Oh man, give me a call.
I'm gonna go ahead and pregame with my small barrel version.
How many alcoholics do we have in this campaign? When did I start?
I'm going to bend down and just quietly say to you, things go belly up. Follow my lead and use this on your giant owl.
Ooh.
And it'll tell you the word required to activate it.
Guys, I have the owl. How do I use
Fractal leaves, and everyone's like,
this?
Go web.
Okay.
and I will do the same to
Just like you just took
all
all
the
the
different people. I'll give
Everyone?
no, but I'll give those two my horse statues, and then I
Horse.
When you said,
Man, I thought that was
and
Yes.
I can't tell if you're pointing at me. Okay.
and then
So I have a horse statue.
I guess I can figure out which goat actually is.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm telling you,
It's a horse statue.
yes, a horse-sized statue. No, I'm handing you a tiny figurine. I'm telling you the word required to activate it, and I'm telling you if you see Ashlog fly away on the owl, activate this and get out of here.
I'm going to say
And then I will say, meet at the south gate.
might be
My
worth
intelligence score dictates I would do that.
to give this to someone else because I can turn invisible, and also I'm really good at navigating cities on foot.
Time we did that, you sold me, but fair.
Still a little bit
So
sore.
I will give you the
I hate that stuff.
other horse.
Not that.
Um,
He's sick.
High thick stuff.
So then you and I will both get goats.
Oh, that's the wrong.
I don't
No, I can't find it. I was like, where'd my
Battle goat.
Martini,
So
you're fine.
just for
What?
my own sake,
Oh, why?
about how
Bye-bye.
close would y'all be sitting?
I have a question for everyone at this table. Rolling back a little while, did I cast fly on more than one person at one
Yes.
point?
Yes.
Both of us.
That was a mistake. 'Cause that's a third level spell, and I can only cast it on one person. So if I tried to do that again, just let me know that I'm cheating.
I can fly, guys.
How high can you upcast it?
Third level.
He has.
I can only cast it at third level
He has
because
third levels.
I'm only up to third levels spells.
So you couldn't do it?
I could not.
Fifth level, I think.
But now.
Fly is a third level spell.
Yes.
Right? So you need to upcast it like 2 more levels?
I would have to
get
cast it at fourth level
Okay.
to cast it on 2 people.
Okay.
My highest spell slot,
Is it third
Is
my only
3.
spell slot,
Yeah.
is a third level spell.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You only have one. Oh, because you do lots of
I have
ritual
2
casting.
spell slots, technically. But I get them back after a short rest.
So you go.
But I only
like
have 2.
what, second and third level?
No.
No, just
two
third and
third
third,
level
third level
spells.
Third and third. And then
Because you can do anything ritual.
Eh.
Because you're
mostly
up
just
until-
Because he's
because
a warlock.
warlocks are weird.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
even without the tome, it would only be 2 spell slots at whatever my level is, and that maxes out at 5.
Weird.
It's because it's more of your.
All right, so I'm going to give you the ghost of traveling, and I'm going to get the ghost of terror.
Yeah.
Something goes terribly wrong, guys.
With some powerful
Fractal's
creature.
getting excited. He hasn't played a heist this exciting ever. This isn't even a heist.
Did you say a heist?
What are you
Was
good
it?
at?
What are you talking about? They did like really powerful spellcasters, though.
Yes
I
and no.
love warlocks.
So
Warlocks,
what are you
they're a
good at?
lot of fun, especially because
Usually
like
right
I know no short rest or no
They-
long rest. And we're like, that's okay.
Yes.
Give me an hour. and I
So
get
I
lunch.
have lots of useful. out of
Anyway,
combat
going back
Okay,
to the stage.
So Josh,
Right.
you're familiar with the plan?
because I did ritual spells.
Grab a horse, say a word if I see an owl.
And head to the south gate.
Not
Southgate.
an owl, a specific owl.
Specifically, the giant owl that's
I like-
being ridden
I like
by an angry
just-
dwarf.
Imagining what you did there was holding the horse like this, leaning over and casting the word. So not only are your hands pinned to the ground under horse hooves, but your face gets smashed back by the back of the horse.
I think I've got really long arms.
KO.
All right. Everyone's got a figurine that needs one. Everyone's got the plan, which is to meet at the south gate. If things go belly oop.
I hope I've got a good survival check for
Do
this.
you have nail? Oh,
Natural.
Can a goat fit? Because you're dragonborn and you're big.
Oh, it's a big goat.
It's
a
a
giant
big
goat.
It's a
Yeah.
giant goat. Oh, that's dope.
And then because we're all like super close, I say also if it's like
someone's trying to kill the king, maybe we try and stop that.
Are you expecting trouble? See, I can't do the voice. That's a Roy. Do it.
Roy.
Roy, are you expecting trouble?
I'm okay with that.
Imagine like the orcs from Lord of the Rings.
Why can't we have some meat?
Why can't we have some meat?
But I'm
Everyone
imagining
knows
Steve
he was
Irwin.
expecting trouble.
Wait, where does Roy? No, Monty Python.
So
Yeah,
for
which is like lowbrow British,
Which I
like
can't.
similar to Australia.
which is basically extra lowbrow British. So there are quite a few accents that I literally have just one like.
Australians are
Token.
British
Right.
Texans.
Guys,
Your token
one
phrase,
guys,
token
going
phrase.
back.
Yes,
We
we
need
can.
to go. We need to go back.
Before okay,
So the hunt's starting, guys.
Roy.
The hunt's starting.
Were we
So
supposed
y'all
to be
y'all have
on-
your plan.
were we
Y'all
supposed to
we
be
have
on the
a
stage.
plan
No.
B.
Below the stage.
Okay. That's what I
B
wanted
is
to double
full.
check.
okay?
That was my.
How I did ask a question.
How close?
Yeah, how close are y'all
we were
looking
told-
to be sitting?
Foot of the stage.
I
So
imagine we are not.
Did you
sitting
give
by
the sending
Laura.
stone back? Or do you still have it?
I would have given it back.
Okay, so y'all are sitting at the foot of the stage.
The king, if we should be
So that would
here.
put y'all smack dab next to Horag
Yeah.
and his cute and cuddly beasts.
I will. Has it started yet? Do I have time to message the king before I get in trouble for?
Has it been
Messaging
24
him.
hours? Or is it like every dawn?
I believe it's at dawn.
Okay.
It has not started
Until
yet.
dawn
You
the
do
next
not
day.
see him.
I think it's
You-
always.
I will
do
just-
not see him
Really quick. Wow.
Wow.
Really?
I
What
thought I
the
saw a
frick?
putty cat. I did saw a putty cat.
Would like to message the king quickly
Tweety bird.
and just make sure that we are in the right spot. And I will say, we are currently standing next to Horag. Is that where we should be? Check yes or no. Are you pooping?
Again, you
I'm watching.
do not hear the king's response. You hear Annabelle's response.
Interesting.
So long as we can see you is what is important.
I made this.
Foot of the stage is fine.
Can they see us?
They
I
can
will say to
see
the person
me.
next to me, can they see us?
I will look at the stage.
Horag just
like,
looks at you.
I will look at back where we are seated.
Yes, they will be able to see us.
Did I talk to Horag last time?
You made comments, I believe. Or at least I tried to make comments.
Hi, Horag.
I'm standing about 10 feet from the core of our group.
Like separate from all of our group, or just like as far away from Horror as you can.
It's separate from our group.
Nice.
Okay.
In that case, then I would be standing on that end of the group, trying to just like put a couple feet in between me and everyone else to make it look like we're just kind of spread out instead of completely isolated from someone else in our party.
Let's
So,
just play Daisy
as-
Chain, guys. Why not? Well,
As y'all are like
Let's hold
scooting
hands.
around trying to find positioning, you do start to hear
I put on my hat.
horns.
Aren't you a dragonborn?
Yes.
But yes, you hear horns and you it's a close y'all are sitting, but the king starts making his way from the balcony to the
Are we in kind of like an open square area?
yes,
Okay.
it is very much so there's a ring around the castle the mansion wall that is fairly void of most people anyways, and then there are offshoots down into the different entrances to the actual city anyways, so people are just filled all the way back. You can see them in the streets behind you as they start heading towards the back wall as well. So this place is currently packed with people.
So, for where we are in the square, are there any like adjoining towers or like houses with windows? Fractal intel on it.
Perception check as you look around, trying to scope out.
Ooh, 9.
So
Oh look, there's a bird.
the
No. We're.
The activation word is word.
the
Yo.
immediate ring of buildings adjacent to where the castle would be after the space is single-story buildings. Nothing tall enough, nothing taller than what would be the actual size of that mansion, anyways.
Okay. Makes sense.
So you look around and nothing necessarily sticks out as what would be like it'd be dumb to be up there. But it's fine. It's fine. But yes, and as the king and us begin to walk out, you see one other human behind them that seemed to be carrying a rather large tome of some kind. You actually recognize him as the drunk man from before.
Neat. He's carrying the book that
He's
I almost stole from him.
Yep.
Oh boy, howdy! Am I glad I
And-
left that in his lap?
Behind them, there does seem to be a man adorned in a white robe, holding an orb of some kind, walking, trailing behind. Yeah, as they make their way all the way to the front of the stage, it is a rather intimidating thought to as y'all begin to look around, because you hear the entire crowd just hushed. There's no one talking. No one's attention is your own as you begin to look back. Many faces seem to have tense occasion as everyone is eager to hear the words about to be spoken.
I would like to cast thaumaturgy and make ominous whispers.
Where is that centered on you?
Um,
Do you get to choose where that?
I think
if it is the
Where would you like that?
oh,
Just somewhere in the crowd?
yeah, just kind of like spreading around.
I hear this and get tense.
I do as well.
Okay.
It's only a verbal component.
So y'all, the people around Misery just hear him kind of whisper into his hand, and then all of a sudden, y'all begin hearing somewhere behind you as these whispers start emanating from behind you guys. You kind of try and peek over your shoulder to see exactly what chaos you
Nope,
have inside.
not gonna even look,
Not
don't
even
care.
gonna look. Anyone willing to look?
I mean, I'd be looking.
I'd be looking because
Yeah, same.
I'm thinking like someone's about to
Yeah,
stab
I
me
have no
back.
idea what's going on.
It's fair. So as you begin to look,
I'm smelling a riot.
as you begin to look, there seems to be confusion as people are looking around trying to see where the source of these things are. You actually do see two of the guards posted at one of the entrances to the walls. They turn to one another, and you just see bob his head, and one of the guards walks over towards where the source of the whispers are, as people start kind of getting up, trying to figure out, are you the one whispering? I'm not the one whispering. Where is that coming from?
Did I do this when it was dead quiet?
Yes.
I was
Yes.
trying to do it like as the
No,
noise was
he
hushing
specifically
down.
said
Absolutely
he said
dead
the
quiet.
The crowd is dead silent. Everyone is tensely waiting. to
How
see
did you
what
take
the
over
king
a
is
second
going to
kingdom?
say.
Yeah, with that, you actually see as you look up at the actual king, you see that he's taken a couple of steps back, and both of the guards have stepped forward in front of him to just kind of
Sorry,
evaluate
guys. I'm
what's
gonna
currently
derail this
happening.
whole campaign.
But after about a minute or so of
You can cancel the effect at any time.
It doesn't last that long, I don't think. I would have dropped it.
regardless of if
Duration
you,
up to a minute. I would not have let it go on that long.
how long would you have let it go on?
Barely seconds.
Barely seconds. there is still investigation.
Yeah.
As it did cause confusion, but after a minute or so of the guard walking around trying to figure out and asking a few questions, he walks back to his post. Everyone settles back down.
I cast now.
Thunderwave. It doesn't.
With that, you see the subtle nod of the guards up top trying to communicate down to the ones below, and the ceremony continues on as planned. I just want to cause harmless, just a little bit of chaos. It's harmless, mostly harmless.
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 I mean, did we get arrested?
No one
Yeah.
got arrested.
Nice to meet you guys, Thunderstep. Kidding.
Thunderstep up to the king, and then Thunderstep again away with the king.
See ya.
This is mine.
With this, the king steps up to the end of the stage. The princess stays behind. So does the man with the tome. Greetings, hunters. In the name of Malar, I welcome each and every one of you to the greatest event of the season. Many of you simply come to fulfill your obligations to our great kingdom, though I wish to challenge you this year. Bring in the most marvelous creature you can find. The reward that I offer for the victor is greater than any previous year. This year, I will present a blade blessed by the god Azuth himself, along with the normal 1,000 gold prize. I trust each one of you will both impress me and inspire me.
Is he looking at us as he's saying that? Please tell me he isn't. Please tell me he's looking out into the crowd, away from me.
For all of his speech, he is
Looking at us.
looking out
Okay.
among the crowd. But yeah, go ahead and everyone roll a perception check for that if you're keeping an eye on the king.
Natural
20.
Natural 5.
I'll be honest, I'm not really paying. I'm listening to the words he's saying, but I'm keeping an eye out
Ditto.
on the guards, like whoever's in charge of the guards, whoever would signal the guards to like capture
Yep.
us and try to put us in jail. So I'm not actually
Oh, yeah.
tracking the
You're fine.
nuances of
5.
them.
16. Casually looking for assassins with an 8.
6.
Okay. You two notice
Fractal said there
the
would
king
be
is not-
assassination.
at all staring at you guys. The princess has not had her eyes leave.
It's the head.
Or she's a dragon.
Why would she be
Wait.
a dragon?
Aren't they all dragons?
Everyone's a dragon.
Everyone's a
No,
dragon.
but she seems to be staring intently at Fractal the entire time.
Did you hit on her? I don't remember.
No, I
Dusk-
wasn't the one that hit on her.
I think Dusk was the only one that was flirting with everything.
I don't remember meeting her at all.
She was getting married to the prince.
I don't know.
Oh, it's her?
Yeah.
Because I haven't met her, that's why.
yeah,
fair.
So you haven't met her.
Y'all would have seen her whenever you initially came to
The wedding?
Right, I'm saying I don't remember that either.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
these.
I was too busy trying to rob the merchant that came with us.
No.
No, was that the other
No,
castle
like-
too?
Like,
Initially
No,
No, no.
came to
Initially,
Shandong.
When we first came to this city.
No, that's what I mean.
Vandal,
I tried to rob something when we were going in to see the king. But that might have been in the port city. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
No, you're thinking right.
Yep, you're right.
Because it was the guy that had just walked out that was like in
Yeah.
charge of
Yeah.
so much.
Yep.
But
No, because that was the ship captain that took us
No.
from the island to where we landed.
He was important to us for some reason.
Yeah,
But yeah, you tried to rob him.
that was the
When,
it was
when
the
we
ship
got
captain.
here, we were still trying to figure out why we were having bed dreams. We dumped off what's his face, and we met
Yeah.
the king and princess, who were a little bit.
So wait, of the people here, you don't have any prior history. You don't have any prior history. You don't have any prior history.
Not
That's
really.
correct. Okay.
Who is the other character?
my other character?
I don't
You weren't there.
He wasn't in the
He
campaign.
was
at that
like,
point.
he played Dusk
I was
for
playing
like,
Dusk for that.
Yeah.
he played Dusk for like one.
Steven just assumed that it was someone that
I'm
you had
like,
written
I
up that
can't
had
keep
died.
track of Paul. I know. Paul was
Okay.
multi-voices.
Okay.
Okay.
Multi-pack.
As the king wraps up, you
Does
the
Sorry, never mind. I didn't see it.
the the king quiets down and goes, following this, we have some important announcements from Reth Highkeeper, our resident monster expert, who would like to inform some of y'all of some bounties that y'all might be interested in. And he steps back, and Reth.
First up, a red tiefling. A copper dragon. What color are you?
White.
Dang it.
You did.
He kind of walks up. He's slight male, shorter side. He looks rather unhappy to be there in the first place. So he opens up the book and he takes out a pair of glasses, and he's trying to manage this large book. And finally, he looks over and he has the two guards come over, and they hold the book while he looks through, thumbs through a few pages.
Is this the same book?
Yes,
This is the guy
this
trying
is
to
the
rob?
same book.
That's the same guy?
Yes, this is the same guy.
None of us know that.
Well, no, yeah, I mean,
We're just like, look at this guy.
he knows Dad, but no one else does.
I wish I could cast message.
Hey guys!
Last message.
this dude.
He's the guy I robbed.
Hold it. Wait, you robbed somebody?
What does he say?
That's right. I didn't tell you guys that I robbed.
So, there appear to highlight for those of you who would like a direction for the hunt this year. We know that some of you enjoy the free spirit of hunting, which will be graded appropriately. I have been doing this for the past 30 years. I do not fudge numbers. And no, it is not worth nearly as much as you think it is, but I will tell you honestly how much and who wins. So, on to the bounties. The kingdom has heard of what seems to be some hags that we have been struggling with. We do not know much more than that, but I believe that would be sufficient for most of the people who would want to try and find them anyways.
You said hags, plural.
Yeah. As in
You
more
said
than
hags,
one.
plural.
Um,
There do still be a cedar problem in the woods to the south. Those would also be rewarded handsomely if you manage to eliminate whatever the cause of that might be. And the one that I'm sure everyone has heard rumors of, there does in fact appear to be a dragon that has finally reared its head.
Fiance's still a dragon.
That one is located in the mountains to the north.
the princess was the dragon?
No.
The princess was engaged to the prince of.
This
Right.
princess is not the dragon.
The
It
princess
was-
sitting in front of us was gonna marry a prince. It's blessed by
His
this
name.
Blessed by the hope.
I think goat.
Doesn't matter. We almost killed him.
But we didn't.
But we didn't. So that's what really matters.
Instead,
I taught him Draconian.
We did.
And gave us combat.
Draconic?
Sure.
Draconian.
It's a currency dragons use.
Now, respectively, I can tell you that the dragon, we are willing to offer an extra 1,000 gold.
Guys, I know what I want to do.
Should you manage to bring the dragon in its entirety?
Guys, I know what I don't want to do.
Okay, wait. Right, the dragon.
the whole dragon.
She
Okay.
says out loud.
No, I don't.
I say, I say,
Do you need all those parts exactly?
And I can tell you that is the bounty that is associated with it. I can tell you the bounty associated with the spiders worth 600. So
total.
Okay.
Asking.
600 in total.
so it was 1,000 gold for the
Durgan.
was it only if you had the entire dragon, or was it did the huntmaster say an extra 1,000?
So they are listing off the bounties of what these things are worth, which is something.
gotcha. Okay,
So
so
they,
an entire dragon would be worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Yes.
So if you had part of the dragon, okay, gotcha.
yeah, you might
Okay.
get part of it, but this is a courtesy because not everyone enjoys having to guesstimate how much their prize is worth. But remember, you're not the only one looking for it. We promise in a week's time we will grade and collect the your hunt tokens that you have selected. May the best or woman or child win. Good luck to all of you. And he steps back. With that, you see the trumpets raised one more time as the king and princess, finally breaking eye contact with Fractal, retreat back down the walkway along with the white-robed figure who's holding the orb behind them.
The orb, nothing happens with the orb. He's just like,
Chilling with the orb.
just like,
chilling with the
is
orb.
it like orb
He's
or like
He's
like
walking.
the thing at the end of Phantom Menace where it's all like,
Yes.
thank you. Orb.
Or more of like,
walking.
or more of like Arkansas. Oh,
Just walking with the orb. He has it held out in front of him.
Does it look like it's like a gemstone?
It-
Like, are we talking like this is the Arkansas?
It looks like a magic orb. Probably.
Oh,
It probably is a magic
more
orb.
magic than just like a gem he's showing off.
Okay.
It's probably protection.
anyway.
With that, everyone begin to rise and kind of as noise starts to be made again, everyone kind of starts whispering among themselves of where they want to go, what their plans are.
Can I keep an ear out to hear if anyone mentioned that?
Sure, go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna lean over and go. Someone has a lever. That's all I'll say.
7.
It was a pretty good.
Worth every penny.
It was a pretty good joke. It confused him.
You don't have to listen very hard as you hear Horak turn to you and go, "Dragon's mine, fellas. I won this last year. I'll win it again this year."
Oh, what'd you win it with?
Managed to win it with a hag. Seems like I missed a couple though.
Oh.
Maybe they're more your speed.
Because I'm short.
Is that a burn against yourself because that's what you took last year?
He's upgraded now, boys.
Yeah. But yes, it's still an insult. So.
Maybe.
Does that mean we're ready for dragons then? If hags are our speed?
I don't mean any disrespect right now. Can you honestly handle the dragon by yourself, or would you appreciate some help?
I do believe I was hired
throw
for
a
my.
pebble at Fractal's
I catch
face.
Nothing goes over my head like too fast. Catch it. Monk, return
Like
the
just-
pistol.
Um,
And
Just quickly, 4x, and let me know.
Yeah.
Persuasion check.
Heck yes, negative modifiers.
You're going to get yourself killed.
He says it after.
Right.
If you want to tag along, the dragon is mine. You can have whatever else there is.
Treasure in the dragon's lair.
I mean,
And then we kill him.
Got it.
He's literally. Well, then we need to have
we'll see what
poison.
happens.
If
Well,
you
we
can.
I look-
Which way do they say the spiders were?
South.
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 That's what
Dragons north.
Dragons north.
Dragons north, hags are the west.
Dragons north.
we came from the south.
So,
Came
We
from the
came
north.
So a different spider problem.
Different spider problem.
Different spiders.
Quick question, just for clarification on the rules of the hunt. Is it like the winner is the person that brings in the single most valuable thing, or if we killed the hags and the spiders and he only killed the dragon, we could still win?
Potentially, yeah.
so it's more
me
of
out.
it's more like the
We
total
killed him.
contribution to the hunt as opposed
We got a
to,
dragon and two.
I have the most
random
spectacular
displays.
beast. It's more
Where's
like the
Thorai?
different.
It's gonna be a little bit
dragon.
of both creatures.
But high value. I'm honestly shocked that Horag won. It had to have been the hag guy because
So before I leave,
I'm
I'll
not
say
saying this out in front of Horag.
Before I leave, I'll say to Horag, we might have more to discuss. We might not. Like I said, we'll see each other.
What are we looking for?
We'll see each other.
Sorry.
Ward.
What do you need?
You wouldn't happen to see a little black beanbag thing?
You mean the one on my neck?
So on Caleb's neck.
Ah.
Yeah, found
Okay.
You thief. Unbelievable.
I stole this from her stepmother, who gave it to me
You stole that from her step.
Right?
Stole
This is
it from
getting
someone
better.
who gave it to you.
after she gave it to me.
Thief.
Right from the ear.
All right, shall we head out?
Yeah.
Now, because I'm like the hunt's gone, the hunt's way over by the time I can use them again. But if we want to,
Or we could use these
Could-
as an emergency
could
getaway.
that's more
Right,
thinking.
that
Or if
sounds
we
better.
really, if you come back in style,
Yeah.
If we don't need it as an
just
emergency
Might need
getaway,
really
Right.
is that too.
And Horag's beast.
Serious question. What are we going for?
Horag. What?
Does Horag still buy us?
Dragon.
Horag has since turned and left.
I do wonder what we could get from this place of beasts.
Right,
Hey.
here we are.
I
we
gave
mentioned
you
it.
the option to kill everyone and run away.
We
so
follow
we're gonna stick with
Horag
that
to the
for a while.
dragon. He kills the dragon, we swoop in, we kill him and his beasts. So we take both back, leave Horag and
Here's the
the
thing.
cave.
We can get either partial credit, we can get him to give us partial credit, or the dragon's loot.
Credit.
Then I'm alright with that, because we're here to improve diplomatic relations, not kill stinking dragons.
Right, Horag kills the dragon. We kill Horag.
Just
we
to
get
be
both.
clear, there will be no killing Horag under my watch.
Hey,
I can't
yeah.
lean against
Yeah.
them trying to.
So
trying
this
to
says
avoid
that
kind of thing.
he got 400 gold worth of miscellaneous
Horag
magical
happens to die in a
components.
battle against the dragon.
We did.
He just grabbed its head. It did not have
Against
any
the dragon,
magical
letting him
components
die.
other
It's not what
than
he-
the eye that
Even if
you
it
happened
meant he
to
got
found
credit.
on it. That was not a hag eye. It
Not-
was
anymore.
So
the.
is this is not magical components harvested from the
Right.
hag? It was just
No.
If I
personally
accidentally
that the
fire a fireball at the dragon,
which
Horag
he submitted as
didn't
part of the
vicinity,
treasure.
and he
He
happens
did.
to die
It happened. If you wanted to,
accidentally.
because
Did you
that's
get
all the
dragon?
information that was given on the actual on the placard.
I could to his house.
Did
Drunken-
he
when
see
he was
you?
drunkenly asleep.
He heard me kick his trash cans, and that's not a sound one easily forgets. What is a Reus?
It's like a Rebus.
Reas, the fire giant.
Oh, he
Seemed
was.
to be titled a specific
Oh,
fire
it's
dragon.
his name.
Yeah, I think that was the one we came across in the mountains, right?
Fire dragon.
Fire.
Not fire. Fire
Giant.
giant.
Fire giant.
Fire giant.
Giant.
Fire
Did we
giant.
come across the fire giant?
You did not.
I did not
I was gonna say, I was like, I
Okay.
do not remember this at all.
So first things first, we going after the dragon.
Okay, I want to know where we stand. Can you raise your hand if you want to go north to the dragon?
I would like to go after the dragon, but I don't want to be competing with a bunch of other people for something that will get us nothing.
This
I-
isn't gonna determine where we go. I just want to know.
Because
Oh,
I s- I-
defense is different.
I'll be honest. I don't believe that as a first-time hunter, we really have much of a leg to stand on against someone who's won this competition before.
One person.
And to
He's
we
one
don't-
person who is
Has
very
he
convinced.
admitted to us that he's hunting alone?
I mean, he has
Him
his
and his beasts.
dog cats.
they're,
Cat dogs.
Oh, they're displacer beasts. They're nasty.
He seemed confident that he could take it for himself.
My
He
vote.
also offered whatever was left or whatever we find on the way if we go and kill the dragon. Maybe that means it's sword. Maybe that's more than 1,000 gold. Maybe it's more than 2,000 gold.
I mean,
But again, the point for us, I believe,
It's for the politics. So if we can get him to do all the work and we get some of the credit,
I don't think he'll give us any of the credit.
very persuasive. Well, now you roll really well.
Yeah. How's that the negative modifier?
Just have one.
It's not even the face. It's just the mouth.
I'm the head of the group.
If I need, I can talk to his cats.
Okay,
Because I'm
second, and arguably I should have started with this.
meow.
Cough up the figurines.
I thought you said these were for emergency exits.
Emergency's over.
Oh, no,
I
that's
mean-
a meow.
The hunt is just starting, but okay.
Goodbye, ye little horse. I barely knew ye.
So if we have an emergency, how exactly are we just supposed to take them
We'll
off a
get them
potentially dead body, or
There's no emergency.
You're just gonna hear an assortment of magical words as he's you.
King and its scars. So it's kind of more that.
I say we.
With us
north.
being brought to one specific
Yes,
location. Sorry, what?
I say we head north.
My vote would be the fighters to the south.
What
South,
is wrong with you?
So here's the thing.
Wait, I thought you just
South.
raised your hand.
You didn't raise your
wanna
hand.
kill
You're
the
voting south.
dragon.
You didn't raise your hand.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
His book thingy is to the south, so we could kill two birds with one spider.
But that's a personal interest, and I understand.
But
If we don't want to waste our time during the hunt week, my vote is the spiders because I don't think that we're up for taking on a dragon. And I don't think we're up for taking on Horag. And I think the spiders are.
Horak's son, the
I mean,
hag.
If we're not going to the dragon, hags are worth more, and we know we can.
a hag? I feel like going against it
We didn't have
sound
a
like
hard time with the hag.
you possibly
I
entire group of
didn't
them
get touched
doesn't
by the
sound
hag.
particularly.
I am not
Fantastic.
opposed to going to the dragon, but it is not what I vote for.
So here's the thing.
And I will leave it at that.
Those will be my last comment on this, on the spiders. The spiders are near his thingy-bobby. Once we're done with this hunt, we got to go get that gem from what's his face in the place.
This is feeling all very descriptive and helpful.
We got to make the dragon's head.
Oh,
And if we are on a time crunch for that, we don't have time to go and deal with his shenanigans.
And
Oh, remind me again which way is Tronduk.
Ronduk is south.
There is that.
Dang
Dang
it.
one more.
I feel like we should
point.
keep score who makes the other person break their accent.
I'll bring in a tally board. Next
What-
Do I go Australian or do you go Russian?
Tally 1.
One more point for consideration.
Tally 582. Just kidding.
How are we going to retrieve an entire dragon body?
We've got
What, several
four
things that are-
statues.
We have
Got a giant
giant
owl.
owl, 3 goats, 2 horses.
And bag
I
of holding.
have not seen a dragon in person.
I don't think the dragon's
I'd like-
gonna fit in the
what
bag
big-
of holding.
I start flapping my cloak.
Oh, I'm just walking back to the inn to get our horses.
The other thought I had.
I-
horses.
I'm going to go collect our horses. When you know we are going, meet me at the inn. I will
We have
be-
real horses too.
I know!
As a thought, that if we go for the spiders, again, it is a personal goal for redemption, but it is also a 2-for-1. We get coin for the spiders, and we also already have a few things that we have accumulated that we can use for the hunt. We already have
Two troll
two
heads.
troll heads, 1 hag's head, 1.
Oh, bag of holding.
Does
I think we have an eye. I think all we took was.
I
the
have 2
eye.
troll heads and 1 troll
Only
head.
said 2.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody told me.
Yeah, I used the longsword, but I.
I have like a hag eye.
sure
each
No,
way.
like
something an eye that the hag had on her, but we don't
Oh,
know.
so not the hag eye.
It's not. It would be. I think one of y'all made a roll for it. It looks like one of the ingredients to make one, though.
Neat.
One
just a point of clarification.
Did we
from
take the
Hag.
head? I thought we took the head. And
We
I thought
did.
that was
She's
the.
marking it down. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I
I
thought that was
remember-
the
I remember
two things
taking the
that
only-
you
that's what we
that you did the like restful.
Going
Yeah.
south during the hunt
And
does
then you
not
iced it.
really benefit us that much because we have to come back to the city at the end of the hunt prior to going back south again.
If we're in the neighborhood of your thingamabobby, that means we're not having to do it after we deal with the dragons thing.
But we're having to go
It's-
south
it's
in
an
the city
abandoned
anyway
hut.
in order to get to Throndu.
It's an abandoned
Yeah.
hut to rifle through.
5 minutes, promise.
What could go wrong?
10 minutes, in and out.
Just a really quick round trip. just wait right here.
What is that from?
The latest episode of Critical Role.
Oh.
Right.
Teleportation circles.
Oh, the one that's coming out today.
No.
The one that's coming out today is
No,
a one
that's the
shot.
one
'cause
shot
they
with
didn't have a-
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who's
yeah,
an
yeah.
Ash?
Do the
If
dash.
you haven't seen the Wendy's one, it's about what you'd expect.
To be clear, if we go north, do we have a way of bringing the dragon back? Because I'm
Hopefully.
picturing like best case scenario, we get there first, we beat the dragon, and someone else.
And
takes
then-
it home.
Well,
going
and
to
that's
have-
another
we're
point. Is when
going
we
to
bring
have-
the dragon back, we're going to be getting attacked every single
Question.
mile.
We won't just be able to walk down the road with it, probably.
Wait. Question, Gretel.
Post at the gate. Watch for the dragon.
How long
Kill the people bringing the dragon.
between uses for your parts?
So
The
figures.
statues, because I identified them.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Sorry. The owl is 2 days,
Okay.
and it's 8 hours of use. The first goat, 24 hours. It's about the size of a horse. But once I use all 24 charges, 24 1-hour charges, 7 days. 7 days.
You use it 24 hours in 7 days.
Second one, 3 hours for a giant goat, and then 30 days. Jeez. Of cooldown. Third one, 3 hours. That one's the crazy one. And that's 15 days.
do you have like any normal sized goats that work perfectly for a halfling?
And recharge in like a day, maybe.
Because
The only person that has long pointy ears, dark skin, and isn't in this world. Reddit has it.
A bag of fluffy.
wait, you have goats too?
Fluffy
Fluffy
can
can
be
be
a
a goat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, you have
Or a
figurines in that world too.
Or you really hit the jackpot with the
Okay, and then my
Magic
horses are a day, 24 hours, and then 5 days of recharge.
Okay.
So between all of those, I feel like
So we could use the horses.
we do
Here's-
also have real horses, capable of
here's-
pulling real carts.
Right. Here is
But
my
like carts, they have to be carts.
Is
Especially if you
there a
have-
way for us to magically get to the dragon before anyone else?
I don't know.
I just imagine we get there and it's like classic World of Warcraft raid line where there's like 20 people in ahead of us.
How much gold do you have? Because we could go to Mystical
286
Marketplace.
gold pieces.
He can take us over. He's magical.
He
He'll
can take us
us
to
to
transportation,
shops.
teleportation
He takes us
circles,
to
Not
and
to
then
anywhere.
take us to.
There might be a
Thank
city
you.
closer.
He's a powerful magic user. He might know someone. I'm just saying maybe it's worth a
They
quick
stop.
stop in, asking him,
All right.
can he or does someone he know do that? Also, do we know where we're going? We just know north. If we tell the magic user, please send us north, and we spend 1,000 gold with
See,
north.
we wanted to go here.
Put us here.
You want to come with us?
I think I would love more than to
not be with you.
So I'm just saying we kind of need to know where we're going before we can get there magically.
It's true.
But you're right, it's a good idea.
Also,
Did
do we
anyone
have
write-
that much money?
Did anyone write down how
So
much it
others
was?
1,000 for the dragon.
No,
it
for
was
quick travel.
250
For the
for
first
the
time.
first one.
Oh wait, sorry, say that one more time so I can write it down.
$250.
Okay, so 250 for the first trip.
Yes.
And then was it 300 after that?
300 after that.
Okay. I'm just putting this down for later because I know.
DM, I would like to look around and see if I can't find some sort of officiate standing nearby.
You're looking for something important.
What?
Some sort of officiate.
Oh, officiate.
I think he's
Not
going
a
to say
fish.
official.
Can you grab me anything out of the fridge?
I thought you were looking for anything fishy.
Nope, not that.
You said a thing, so.
Why would you leave that
Can
open-ended?
you see if there's an original Smirnoff in there?
I'll take one in the back, the red, white, and blue. If there's any left.
There is red, white, and berry. Is that okay, Josh?
Is it blue?
Yeah.
Yes, it'll.
You
There
got it,
are
mister.
3 of those.
Hi,
Melissa.
Oh, no original Smirnoffs?
That I'm
Okay. I knew I should have put them in the
There's
fridge.
soy sauce.
Yeah, I'm
That's
good.
close.
Do you want me to put one in here for you?
I almost got
Nah,
the
it won't be
German
done in
beer.
time.
Would be. Can you ask him? Oh,
Thank
I
you.
don't know if
You
that's
could pour it
an
over
answer to
ice.
get. I could
Yeah.
ask.
Actually, that's true.
Let me look at how this spells.
Like it's not real beer, so you can drink it over ice.
I mean, there's a lot of variances.
stupid chair.
But I asked them has to be a kind of more set in stone path that we're going on.
Maybe.
DM, I would like to look for some sort of person that looks official. Perhaps
officiate.
someone that might be able to give us information.
You do still see the guards posted at the entrances to the mansion.
I will ask them if they know where the dragon is. Or who I might ask if they don't.
So you approach them.
I was going to say that.
The dragon. You along with everyone else. Honestly, kid, they don't tell us much. We've heard that it's in the mountains to the north. We heard that it's a white dragon. Other than that, I think they're talking about.
Have you happen to have heard what size dragon?
Don't think it could have been around for long because we do a pretty good job of calling them. But other than that, it seems to be. If I had to guess based on what I've heard other people talking about, I think it's straight line between here and Tyne.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
9 o'clock.
It is 9 o'clock.
I let the guard know what time it was.
I smack fire and walk back to our boat.
Nice cohesive.
Firewalls.
The king and his daughter are gone?
Yep.
Okay. I put the hat away. I don't know.
you look like you look like my newest girlfriend.
It's uncomforting.
What's uncomforting?
So you and the princess, huh?
Don't tell anybody, but it wasn't the hat. I don't think she likes me. I don't know why.
She wouldn't take her eyes off you.
What did you say to her when you used the sending stone?
It was a long, long time ago.
It was yesterday.
Long time ago.
In this world, it was.
Like you two used to date a long time ago?
No, like, it's been a couple weeks. And Steven doesn't remember.
I don't think you said something.
If I know.
That was like 2 hours ago.
Do you think it has anything to do with our prior?
That was even longer ago. But we did
prior
kind
garden?
of get rid of Johnson.
That's like
Every so
straight
long.
out of a Coca-Cola commercial.
That is.
Wow, that sounded so refreshing.
How love will be proud.
I'm Drew Marley.
So, to the horses, to
Do the south.
a
Oh my
cleric
gosh.
of greater power, so we can maybe find out exactly where the dragon is. Do we know any way we can magically find it, or
It is
any
in the mountains to the north, straight line from here to Tyne.
straight out from here to time? I thought. Okay.
So whenever y'all take the Woven
Pass
Pass,
like in
it's
a roundabout.
out and around is
Well, maybe it was that one we
the
heard the other day.
You heard a dragon?
That makes sense.
Yeah, by the way, guys, we heard a dragon.
We did.
By the way.
When was this?
Oh yeah, that was
Last session,
something that
When we
they
were on
probably should
watch
have
on our
mentioned
way back.
We kind of saw a dragon.
after they had exited the Woven Pass. And
We were on our way
made
back to the city.
Did not remember that.
Didn't either until I remembered
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
arrogance. Murdered.
Right. Well, if this is what we are truly going to do, we better set off quickly.
Do we need? I've got a few potions.
Seems like everyone is pretty dead set on the dragon.
Oh, I've changed my mind.
Because everyone else wants that.
because now it's agreeable.
Personally, I don't feel like fighting half of the city, so I would prefer to not go after the
That's
dragon.
the thing. If we're gonna do the dragon, we set up camp about a half day's march outside of the city, and when we see the dragon coming down, we ambush, kill, take dragon, bring it in.
No.
Why is the
We
dragon
don't-
coming this way?
What?
Why is the dragon coming this
Yeah.
way?
Somebody
The
else.
people,
killed
someone
him.
else kill. We're not. I don't want to go all the way up, kill the dragon, and come back and get ambushed.
That's why I should say that we should go. We should find a speedy way to get up there, kill the dragon, take it in pieces, and then bring it back upon your magical animals.
In pieces.
In pieces.
Reese's
How long was your
pieces.
owl last?
8 hours.
Pieces.
Not long enough. How do we know how far
Yeah, how far is it from here to town?
time, like straight line distance?
Straight line distance, you
Like I
The
get,
mount-
I get that there's mountains, so you couldn't actually pass it. But
But
You see it-
as the crow flies.
as the crow flies, it'd be about a day for if you were able to make it just straight up because you would be cutting out.
because the Woven Pass goes really out and around.
Yeah.
That's all I was wondering. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, we could travel for 4 days just getting to
Right.
the dragon kind of
Mhm.
thing.
No. You could to the mountains and into the mountains within the day, and you just have to find where it nests.
Did we get any, like, from our different travels? And I feel like a couple of us did some different casings of like bars to where people might talk about the hunt and stuff. Did we hear anything about either the spiders or the hags, and like were they in close proximity to each other? Because
Hags are east,
Hags
spiders
are-
south.
Facts are
Different
And
directions
you
from the
know,
what I'm thinking is
Clearly, we all listen
it might
really well.
well yes, the hags are to the west, spiders are to the south. So what I was thinking
there isn't
is,
much land to the west of you that you know of because you reach coast fairly quickly.
Let's just go west.
Because
It's
my
close.
thought was
Catch fish.
Catch
Is
fish.
there
I thought
We came across hags over the water before, so we might have to go past the edge of the land.
yeah. My thought was, what if we try and do no to the west?
Hags to the west. Okay.
My thought was, what if everyone's going for the jackpot? What if we try and take the 2 smaller prizes, which ends up being the exact same? I don't know if it is physically possible, but if nothing else, split the party. Yes, let's all of us each go our own way.
I
don't see the
agree,
numbers.
though. I think that it's a much more likely plan of success.
So we should.
We're
go-
not trying to lug an entire dragon back down to the city, and also we're not trying to compete for literally every other try-hard hunter in this.
We've already
Right.
killed a hag.
I don't like the assumption that we're not going to run into competition
Yeah.
with either of the other options.
But
I'm
it'll
just
be
saying-
less.
I'm just saying.
So many hunters here.
I'm just
I don't
saying
feel
that-
like it's going to be free range on anyone. At
I feel like because I feel like the best and the most aggressive hunters are going to be going after the dragon. Would be my guess, because that is the clear winner as far as reward goes and or glory and honor.
So, just as a really quick note, so whenever we're referring to things to the north,
we get to name it.
Things.
so
Potato.
gosh, stop
It
it.
really wants you to do whatever that.
I know.
Try this one.
Okay, so Mandela's there. You hit land to the west fairly quickly.
Coast.
I guess maybe it's
Space
be
Ghost?
closer to a day and a half because it is quite north. But yeah, you run into the mountains fairly quickly
Okay.
as well. And then whenever it talks about the woods to the south, those are also about a day's travel as well. I hate this. I hate this so much.
So if we were gonna do hags and spiders, we'd have to go south, bump back up, and then west.
We're in
Vendel. Okay, so we're not too far from either.
Yeah, so you could probably make it over to the coast and then down along
Is that
the coast.
the
Is
lake
that the-
that I
Is
saw
that
in
the woven
my?
pass right there?
Probably.
Is that the woven pass right there? It looks
The
like it's
Woven
a-
Pass
Woven Pass,
is through. It's like you actually do pass into Savesh. It's up here because Tyne is to the north.
Oh,
So you go
are
up and
those,
around.
Are those mountain ranges right there?
They're hills.
They're
It's
hills,
all of most everything coming down and away from the mountains is hill type country. So it just this area is a lot more hilly than most of the other.
To the horses and to the dragons. We're on our way back to the horses, right?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that
Terrible.
whole party is down for the
What is
dragon.
this? No.
If
Alright.
if
If you're doing percentile, why would you have one of your fields be
Should
34
we-
to 36?
if majority wants
Can we
to,
have
if
a
majority wants
conversation
to,
to take a final vote?
if majority wants to go to the dragon, I will follow the party's.
So anyone did sit on not going to the dragon.
I would prefer not to, but again, I will follow the party's lead. If majority says we'll go to the dragons, I will go along and I will not say anything against it.
If you would prefer not to go to the dragon, raise your hand. 'Cause everyone's saying I prefer not to go to the dragon. So there are only two of us now.
my vote's spiders, but
So that's.
I'm
half the
not
party.
gonna be contrary. In the end, I'm just looking to fight and become stronger.
And
You-
also the note of
You three sound like you're very invested.
the three where the three
in the dragon.
countries collide is over here. So if you wanted to try and make it over to where you heard about
The hut was at
the
the.
hut is at the intersection over
Yeah,
there.
that's way too far for us to try and squeeze into something that we're.
You might be able to make that in an entire week if you don't encounter any resistance, but it would.
It's not worth.
That's
Trust
gonna
dice that much?
that's gonna have to be enough time, I think.
It would be a tough trip.
I just
Side
think
quest for another day.
I just think dragons bad idea.
What is that?
I'll do whatever.
But it really hasn't.
Do we have to win to accomplish our goals with the king?
I don't believe so, but I think we should place at least somewhere high enough to earn a little bit of recognition.
Well, we've got a hag, we've got a Oni, we've got trolls.
It's true. We've already got a lot in the bank. So
And yes, it's not a whole piece, but it is a trophy. A trophy token.
I say we go do hags or spiders. Forget the dragon. We've got so much already.
I would prefer not hags again. Personally speaking.
Listen, short stuff.
Listen, tall meat bag.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Right.
Right. That's it. I'm through with you now.
Right. You want to go at me?
Not really.
Uh-oh.
are we back at the horses yet?
Y'all are back at the horses, and y'all have been talking at the horses for quite some
Are
time.
the horses responding?
Where would you like
They
to
seem
go?
impatient.
Where would you like to go, horses? What do you think? Tell me
Let's
honestly.
just go where the horses take us.
They just kind of.
We'll just
So if the majority does not go for the dragon, then we don't go for spiders.
Still.
Who else vote for spiders?
It'd be kind of fun to take Horag down the peg, though, wouldn't it?
Very much so.
Let's go for spiders.
I will vote for spiders.
Okay, we're split 50-50.
This is I'm never giving y'all choices ever again.
Is it,
When
is it spiders?
When
we
did
have
the
spiders
story
we
become
have
so linear, John? I don't know.
there is one prize available for the hunt. It's either dragon or nothing.
Let's go for the dragon.
You either bring back the dragon carcass or we will execute you.
I haven't got to try out this bow that I found ages ago. Might as well.
The dragon slaying bow?
the minor dragon slayer boy.
Okay, so now we're back to the dragon. I'm so confused with you people.
I know they stopped voting for the dragon. I didn't get to kill one last time.
Do we leave it to fate?
What is that?
How does that work? I have
No,
to choose right now.
We go
There
kill
we
the spiders, and if the dragon kills Auric, then victory is ours.
How about this? I'll flip a coin. Baron, call it.
Hey.
Heads it is.
Tails. We go for the spiders.
We have to assign heads to something.
More importantly, I can pick whatever it was because it's an imaginary coin.
I was not going to say anything because I knew exactly.
Okay.
You don't do the heads I win, tails you lose.
Do we want to do dice? 10 to 20, we go for the dragon. Below, we go for the spiders.
I would
Here's
say
a question.
Eden's
Here's a question.
wrong.
Here's a
I
question.
say
Here's a question.
I flip the coin.
Hang on.
Heads or tails?
John,
Hats.
what?
We hear you.
I called it. Hang on. What the crap? No. Why do you have all like good gods and stuff?
Good
I want some oracle and freaky person I can go to and be like,
Oh.
spin the fates for
Hold the
me.
murder stone.
I've encountered that. Did you say that out loud?
Yes. Sure.
I mean,
You remember the name of the
they made for you.
There
I don't
is.
feel like that helps us now. That helps us if we decide to do
Let me
Might
find
be
my
something that's not
backstory and
helpful.
look it up real quick.
One of us could just become the
Savras,
god of
God
death.
divination
Yeah.
and fate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure, I would-
that one. Let's go find that one.
Wait, what did you just say?
God of divination and fate.
Let's do it. This sounds awesome.
What are we doing?
We're going to go after the gods for help, and I can't believe I just said that.
I don't know that they
What are
have
the
a
gods?
temple here though in Bento, so
You.
Yeah.
You
I don't
can
think they do.
always inquire.
I want to inquire.
Okay. Those of y'all looking for God of divination
Where
and
would go?
fate,
Chris.
go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Your
No.
magic works. Your magic picking up the smart things.
I like how you called me Chris.
One.
No, I don't
Two
have any
worse than
divination
me.
magic. It's all fire and
That's a great
Combat.
idea. Dice fail us.
and
Y'all.
utility.
So oddly enough, you do find what appears to be like the most rickety looking house. It's not even a temple; it's a house
Sweet,
that
sweet.
that seems to have
See if it's gonna
what
turn
you
like that.
recognize as the symbol hanging in the window. So as you approach this house, it appears to be the room behind the window appears to be lit. It appears to be on the southern side of the city. It took a good hour of inquiring around and trying to find where this where anyone who would have knowledge of this god actually is. But you managed to find at least this.
What are we inquiring? That's like,
What do you want to know?
why are we at this house?
We're
That you
here
would
to
have.
find out if we should go after the dragons or the spells.
Paul's got a spell.
My spell won't do much.
Wait, why not?
Augury?
Yeah.
Augury is a specific action you're taking in the next 30 minutes.
We're not doing anything in the next 30 minutes.
Should we go after the dragon in the
I'm
next
gonna-
30 minutes?
I'm gonna, while we're looking for the House of Sketch, I'm gonna say, does anyone want me to go snake some potions for him? Health
I'm
potions.
gonna enter the
If
house.
there's any left.
Okay.
Sure. I
So
don't
you
expect
step
there will
up
be
and
anything
knock on
left.
the
It
door.
would make sense to people who've been stocking up for the days prior to the hunt rather than buying them after the hunt's begun.
I have 5.
I have 3.
Never mind, I think we're good.
Good night, I
You
wasn't the
are
only one.
greeted by an old lady who makes her way to the door. She seems to be having a little bit of trouble focusing on you, but she does greet you. And how can I help you, son?
We were hoping to inquire of direction we should take. from
Oh,
Sabras.
you saw the sign for Sabras in the window.
Exactly.
I don't have much of a shrine, especially compared to most of the other ones, but you can definitely. I have a small figurine that you can pray to. She like directs you to her living room, and there's this very small. It looks. Looks to be a crystal ball that she has set up on a pedestal that just has what looks to be many
What
different
action should I be taking?
many different kinds of eyes
You're the one
that
like
are contained within
with the
this
gods
ball.
and stuff.
You're the one that wants to know crap, though.
Yeah, but I don't do god stuff.
I'm heading to Mystical Marketplace.
I have a great idea. Well, three of us. Let's go get some spiders while they're doing this.
Cheers.
I will be honest, my encounter with Sabra
Okay, it's been a second, but I just want to come straight with you now.
I haven't been in a temple of Sabra, so I don't know how this works. Sabras appeared to me when I was very little. That's my one encounter I've had with her.
I will look at the woman. We have a hard decision before us. Can Savra lead us to the right path?
I think that I can help. Why don't you come over this way? And she pulls up a couple of chairs to the little table that she has.
Can I insight check her?
Absolutely.
Great. 9.
It's Barb.
So as this little old woman is pulling up chairs, and you're getting a vibe that she may have ulterior motives. Maybe she's just an old enjoys having company. Maybe she's
Harvesting organs.
So, this
They're in an
weird,
ice bath.
the pedestal or whatever she said, like you described, it was like a ball with eyes in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk up to that.
Okay.
And
She kind of sits down next to it and holds out her hands to the two seats across from her.
Can I be there, or
If you want to have been the one that's walking around with them,
Sure.
Uh,
Want
sure.
to test the
Daly's
fates.
picture where it looks like he's
pantsless?
pantsless. Yes.
okay. So are all three of y'all planning on sitting at this table with her?
That's amazing.
I will stand behind next to a chair.
Stand behind next to a chair. Okay, she'll. It doesn't work if you don't have faith, Missy. She reaches her hand out.
Santa Claus.
I heard tentacles.
Also option.
What is this tentacle?
Tentacles. Octopuses aren't real if you don't believe in them.
They can't fit into tiny spaces without the power of belief.
Ashlag starts to second guess what she's doing. She does not like the gods.
She does not.
I sit
Why
down
don't you
and I
come
take
with
the old
me?
lady's hands.
you're here.
Or she was
These are mine.
I'm sitting down at this table with her. I'm guessing you're gonna walk back, or at least back away from the table.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she grabs everyone's hand, and y'all kind of make a little ring around this thing, and she starts praying towards the god of divination and fate. She takes her hands back.
I am not here, by the way. I went back to the inn.
I'm riding to Mystical Marketplace.
Okay.
Is it just me and Paul?
No,
It's
the three of
Yeah,
you.
I'm in the room.
we're the only ones sitting down.
yeah, it's the 3 chairs and the 3 of us are sitting.
So, what ends up going through y'all's mind
Oh boy.
as
Is an arrow.
as
I shoot myself.
and-
in the eye.
not yours though.
Nope.
The three of y'all see in your mind a coin just flipping end over end, black besides that. As you see on one side of the coin, there lies a dragon. On the other side, as it flips through, you see hags mixed with spiders. As it flips and flips and flips.
Congratulations, guys! You made it worse.
Lots of hiders.
What are they hiding from?
Us.
The specs.
As you see the coin land, you see its edge hit and start flipping back, and to the side, dragon lays head up.
I shiver.
At
What
Mystical
was there?
Marketplace,
You-
I'm wondering if,
Yep.
not Merlin, but Mylan,
Mylan.
if he can bring us to like the top of the mountain. That's to be north.
Yeah. Whenever y'all open your eyes, the old lady is gone.
Wait, what did I see?
For a bit.
She's gone.
She then enters back into the room with tea, and y'all enjoy tea for
She's
about
gone.
15 minutes.
Ash, like you killed her.
Oh, God, where did
Okay.
she go?
You, on the other hand, as you begin to talk with Mylan, I think that I can get you somewhere that you need to go. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of more of a, in that case, I guess. I don't do too many places that aren't where my shops are located.
Understood.
Do you-
set up in the Dragon Hall?
Do you have a more specific location?
I mean, have you not been
Just-
there?
just-
Not really.
Just somewhere in the mountains to the north, because
I was going to say
mean,
the top of the mountain.
top
What
of
if you told him that we're looking
there's
at
more than one mountain up there.
Fair. Peaks. Is there one that stands above rest?
Well, also, where were you when you thought you heard
Yes.
the dragon?
Yeah, you
Okay.
were.
So I mean, I just
yeah.
had a direction on that one.
Yeah, get you the top of one of them.
I mean, we need to beat about half a bajillion hunters to a dragon. So
Yeah.
magic's going to get us there way faster than the dragon.
I can't guarantee it's going to be exactly what you want, but I can do it.
The book's a lot smaller.
Dragon tried to eat the book.
I
We
mean,
already discussed
I-
pricing, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do it for the same 250, but again, I just can't. It's just going to be.
To be fair, what we want. You're not really
Tell him it's
disappointing
close to
us.
the dragon.
What?
Maybe he's heard of the dragon and knows.
I've explained
Yeah.
what we're doing, why we're there, and trying to get where we're supposed to be.
I can just. I can drop you off in the middle. About middle of the range.
In the middle of the mountain.
Yeah.
Actually,
I mean,
in caves, that'd be kind of cool.
it
You're not there. Okay. All right, I will cut the party,
I'm going to talk to your potty.
and then we're going to probably go for some spiders.
okay.
There's also a possibility that we'll want to go like towards the spiders or more towards the hags. But
I mean,
not in charge. I just look like it
I can
with its
I
head.
can take you where you want. I just can't guarantee, like I said, and unless I've been there before, and I'm a little bit old to be visiting the mountains these days.
That's cool.
I don't know. That didn't quite
Just
work.
so you know. I mean, if it's Dragon Hall, you're supposed to have lots of cool stuff. Like,
Yeah, if you find cool stuff, I mean, I want it.
So that's just something to remember. We'll see.
Magical items.
I'll be right back.
I want
And then I will ride back to the hag house, or not hag house. I don't know why I said that. That's not
I
a
wonder.
thing.
She just has
Um,
eyes floating in the crystal ball.
Back to the house of divination god.
Yeah.
Are they still there?
them. They're still
just
arguing
drinking tea.
out in front of.
Oh, come now.
No, we finished the tea and we walked.
Yes. They're there. You catch them as they're
Upset.
Like I count.
the eyes kind of swimming.
What kind of eyes are there?
They seem to be a mixture of different different creatures. You see a human eye in there. You see the eye of a raven in there. You see some larger eye that you don't quite recognize in there. Eye of a newt.
Can I go ahead and make a religion check? This looks like the symbol of Cerberus, right? This orb.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a
there-
religion check.
Okay.
Is there any, what do you call that? Heck.
17.
Thieves' Cant written anywhere around this house?
Is there any heck?
What did you say?
I want to know.
Yeah, this is most definitely, and it looks to be quite nice in terms of
That's a good idea.
religious or not artifacts, but like
The
focus
dragon
as well.
squad things.
It looks to be
Like,
well crafted, and it looks to be well
Fake dragon
maintained.
hide?
Is the
It
focus
is real dragon hide?
The focus is
Maybe
the
we
ball.
don't take
Yeah,
it back to them.
Oh.
Okay. Maybe we take it to the
Because
dragons.
it is-
We have an evil campaign.
That would be funny.
it is a symbol of the
Because
actual
then they're
god
like-
as well.
Someone,
Oh, okay.
someone killed the dragon.
Yeah.
When I got there, it was
Thieves'
gone.
Cant.
But no one's claiming the prize.
Just curious if like, because I don't trust this and I haven't heard their story yet, so I'm trying to figure out if it's like, I don't know, anything. Is there thieves' cant around it?
You go ahead and roll an investigation issue.
So good at
Sorry.
this. Heck yeah. It's gonna be like a single digit. Let go. No, you know who I am. Really? Apparently my fingerprints are no longer viable. Investigation 5. Yeah.
You don't see. You make your way all the way around. It's a nice, cozy home.
Are you guys inside or outside? Or gone?
Upside down.
I will have walked out by now.
I'll probably be the crystal and lost a little bit in the fact that
So as soon as we get
there's
out,
actually something.
I'm gonna fill you in. Essentially, Cerberus just flipped a coin for us and told us to go to the dragons. And I'll be honest with you. I take what she tells us with a grain of salt.
How much so? I guess you said
She told me to go study in the city. I'm alive, so I suppose that's a good thing. But everybody I know and my town is in ruins. Everybody I know is dead, and my town's in ruins.
It's depressing. Good to know.
But you're the richest guy in town now, so she wasn't wrong.
It's also the forest,
Ooh.
possibly.
He's not poor, he's got us.
Because he has friends.
Someone's poor when you have friendship.
Shut up here.
You've all seen that fantastic play.
It
It's a
moved,
fantabulous life.
it moved me to tears.
So-
Tear duct.
To any one of the 3 places that we're trying to go, within general, he doesn't know exactly where we're going, but neither do we. We can point it out on a map maybe to make it a little more precise and jaunt into
I feel we're
God.
called to go to the dragons.
I always feel that way. But also, I just had this thought. What if we don't ever come back to Vandale? We just take the dragon. We head to like whoever the closest one of the 4 dragons is, and I can Moonlight is the. I don't know.
I don't really want to abandon our mission.
That's fine.
Then we have 2 entire kingdoms.
Yeah.
Just throwing out ideas. Just throwing out ideas.
So are we for the dragon now? Did that convince you guys enough?
Say yes.
If we now have spiritual guidance to go to the mountain and a magical way to get there.
So now you're not for the dragons.
So
I mean,
do we head to Marlins to head to the north?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's
to the dragon. To the dragon.
To the dragon.
Maybe it's a wee baby little guy.
It's probably definitely not.
Make it easy to
It
bring.
probably isn't too low. They said
Just
it-
get in the
Carry
pocket.
him to your arm.
It's definitely,
You're the only one who hasn't seen the mini. Ha.
it's definitely not.
See, it's a mini.
It's definitely not an ancient
Yeah, it's a
dragon.
mini dragon.
Okay, so y'all make your way to
Alright.
Mylan.
Yeah.
We're going to Marlin. Who's got the
Mylan's going to take
coin?
you there.
I have.
I can
100
contribute all 14 of my gold.
How much is it total?
250 gold for your first
Oh.
travel.
250. Anyway, I have 100 gold. So I can chip in some. Let's see. How many do we have? Do we have 2, 4, 6? Oh, so it's
They're
like
trying to divide
40.
this evenly because I have 14.
Yeah, I have
Well,
about
we'll just
that
make
much.
Ashla pick up the tab. Kidding.
So,
250.
I don't know if we can afford this.
Contribute
We can
75.
Okay.
I would
Okay,
also
so-
contribute 75.
75. That's a 150. I'll pitch in 25.
Bringing us up to 175.
I will
Which means
dump
we have
in
75
all
left.
14 of my gold.
Oh no.
pieces.
Fire, you got any coin?
I'll chip in
189.
I'll chip in 10.
194.
So what are we at now?
199.
I
Anybody go
Fine.
51
I'll
gold
put it-
pieces?
I will. I'll,
toss in
And you owe me a thanks for doing the stupid game that I won. I'll throw in
tug of
51.
war.
Tug
Fair
of
enough.
wolf.
There you go.
Speaking of which,
Okay.
how long does that sensor last?
10 minutes or something.
Okay, I was just curious.
I wonder.
10 minutes. You said 10 minutes.
It was 10 minutes.
But I think I have to be physically
Oh, within range.
well, physically trying to.
Maybe
What's the
10. I
concentration?
just didn't know if it was still there and if you could like peek back in there or what.
Okay. So
So
let's go to Mylan.
we're at
We got our
Mylan's.
250.
Okay.
Go
So you go to
250.
Mylan. You bring your horses.
Nope. Sorry. Can we bring the horses? We'll bring the horses to Mylands.
We bring the horses to Mylands.
I asked Mylan if he can bring the horses magically with us.
I can bring 8 creatures.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What about, does that include these little guys?
that's not.
If it's on your person, it's fine.
Cool. Can you turn them into the little guys? I'm pointing to the horses.
I thought we left the horses back.
He looks at them for a bit. How many of them you got for me to try on?
Oh.
6.
No.
We'll talk about it later.
No.
We don't have to go to afford that.
If he's going to experiment, he could pay us to experiment on our beasts.
We can
Not,
discuss that later.
not that it isn't a brilliant idea to have horses to drag back the dragon. We are also taking horses into the middle of the freaking
Yeah.
mountains.
I'd say we
There's no guarantee that there will be any sort of horse trail that we could take them back down.
let's just stick with the magical transport.
Mylan, how would you feel about housing on horses while we're gone?
There's a city stable, though,
Yeah.
that y'all have used before.
Yep. But we're
I will
right.
go to his secretary, whose name I can't remember.
Really?
Bobbert.
Aurelia.
I believe it is.
And I'll say, Aurelia, could you please arrange to have our horses taken back
Wait, no, I actually
to
remember the name.
the name of
The city stable.
Arswing Hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
King's Cup.
Red Roof Inn.
Would you please?
The like king.
Yes. Which city are you currently residing in?
Vondel.
Okay. Yeah. We'll make sure that that your horses are attended to there.
Here is 5 gold for your trouble. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
Okay.
now everyone's
So,
got
Right.
pockets.
He
Fine,
Yeah.
gold. What?
he then gathers all of you together
14.
You got
How
how
much
much
do I
you
possess?
together? 14.
and gathers all of you together.
Wow,
for you,
that's-
chump.
Hey, guys, we got a magical place to be.
Okay, I have
He brings you into the back room where he has a large empty space, large enough to hold this circle.
Just for a little bit of help with clarification, Mylan, they said it was somewhere along the straight line distance between here and time. If
Okay.
that clarifies.
Okay. You see him.
Don't send us way out.
Okay. Okay. Looks at his map. Looks at a couple of the mountains that he has on there. He's like, would y'all prefer to be at the foot of a map, or foot of a mountain, or at the peak?
Like halfway up, halfway in the middle.
Halfway up or peak.
Halfway up or
Prefer-
peak?
We should be at the start or the end. Like halfway, we don't know where to go up or down.
If we start, we should start at the top. It'd be easy to spot a dragon from the top of the mountain than from the bottom.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I said. I'm top of the tallest mountain, but
Roy!
what?
There seems to be a mountain there.
We have an NPC in the party.
Okay.
You're recording lines.
Okay.
Welcome, travelers.
Right. All right.
Roy!
Do we all hold hands or?
Yeah.
How's that?
So
Bizarre.
It's gone.
I'm sure it fell through the floor.
Oh, is it red and black?
Pink and black.
Close enough.
Okay.
Thank
I'll take this one. Stephen still has it in his hand.
Okay.
I just assumed that you had got it and I gave up, but I'm like,
So he starts drawing out the circle. It begins lighting up, and okay, guys, everyone into the circle, everyone into the circle, and he finishes off the circle, and
Away we go.
your eyes are flooded with just a bright light
I
as
was gonna say flung out of their sockets.
as your vision begins to refocus. You actually begin to feel it before you see it. The bracing cold against your skin.
Good thing we brought winter clothes.
Good
You
thing we
remember
remembered
to change into them beforehand.
Fortunately, it is getting into the winter months. Y'all would have
we had a
been
coat of
mostly
fur.
dressed appropriately.
So I went out and bought winter clothes as well. For this
You feel the cold bracing up against your skin. You feel wind and being pelted by just small bits of frozen ice, just almost like frozen rain. The weather seems to be at least a little bit on the poor side. As your vision finally starts to focus, you see yourselves not quite on the peak. You're about halfway up one of
Partial
the
refund.
mountains in the range. Huh?
It's a partial refund. This isn't the top.
As you begin
Let me see your manager.
As you begin to look around, you do see two other mountains in the vicinity that you're in that appear to be branching up off to the north of you, and then one slightly off to the east of you. And you look up, you are just about smack dab halfway up this mountain. And with the wind whipping around and with the ice being as it is very difficult visibility. Your visibility is effectively cut in half currently. As for the actual area that you're standing on, it appears to be mostly ice at this point. Very slick surfaces, so watch your step. And travel is rough terrain.
Do I see Horag anywhere?
You do not. Go ahead and make your perception check.
I'm looking for a dragon.
Is it disadvantage since it's so windy to look for anything?
Gosh.
7.
I was gonna say it is going to be at disadvantage as you're looking through all of this one.
Oh. Disadvantage. Good.
Disadvantage.
Maybe I can
Oh,
roll lower
yay.
than a 6.
Yeah, that's a
I-
7 for me.
Did natural 1, so 2 for me.
2.
2 for Horag searching.
Okay.
7.
How?
How?
You said we're about halfway up.
You're about halfway up.
How long would it take, from what we can tell, like how long would it take for us to like do a circle around the mountain?
Such a mistake.
Like how large is this mountain in terms
Yeah.
of circumference?
Like also like
In the middle of
are we on
frickin'
which side of
nowhere.
the
I don't even know if it's the right mountain.
You
Just
look
go
up.
on.
You look up and you see
Yeah.
the sun
But it was a lot
because it would have been
days.
starting to get
We
later
might
in
not
the
even be
day.
able to make it
So
back down to the bottom of the mountain alive in 7 days.
it would be on your.
How long does it take someone to climb Everest?
6.5 days.
At this point,
I have no idea. Just make-
everyone is able to see what appears to be the coast.
Space Ghost.
Is it the coast though, or is it a dragon?
in the shape of it.
The coast. The coast is. The coast is on your left side, so you're on the north face of this mountain.
We were on the north face of the fountain. And there is no dragon in sight.
What was your?
I didn't roll. Because I was
Go
looking,
ahead.
because
Go
I was
ahead
looking
and
for
roll.
the dragon, not for it.
Yeah,
Can I roll for the dragon too?
roll for the dragon too.
Is it disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Oh,
And
it
that's-
doesn't. I mean, I rolled a 2 for the first one, so
Yeah, a 2 or 6.
Can I look for any signs?
Uh,
Like disadvantage, I'm still at 17.
17.
Tracks or broken. Are we higher than the tree line?
What trees?
Just snow. Oh yes, we're higher than the trees.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. So is there snow on the ground?
There is snow and ice, mostly ice.
Most of it. So there probably wouldn't be any tracks then.
Very few tracks. We are talking harsh weather, harsh terrain. You can go ahead and roll a nature check if you'd like to
Nature.
or survival. It'd be survival.
This
To look around. Depends on how far out you're looking. If you're just looking like, yeah, we'll say disadvantage because you're probably going to be wanting to look around a decent amount.
14.
14. You had a 17 for that.
Basically, yeah. I see squat with you.
Did anyone roll above a 10 for looking for Horak?
I got a 2.
7.
7.
I literally just wanted to say the coast is clear.
Thank you, Horak.
Coast is over.
Clear dress?
You, on the other hand, you're able to make out the coast over to your left. You do not see anything moving aside from as you check the base of the mountain over to the east of you. Like if you're looking down and around, trying to stare south, but not look at the mountain straight behind you. Like you see a small flame struggling to stay alive at the base of the mountain. But that is the most of what you see for that.
How
Other
far
than
away
that-
would you say that is?
Yeah, how high up are you?
Sorry, my cat is showing off.
Is it within 60 feet?
No.
No,
Is it out there? We're halfway up the mountain. 60 feet.
Do you have any spell to say within
Okay.
sight?
World's tallest mountain. 100.
It appears to be right around, I would say,
Help me
1,000
snowball.
foot down.
Wait, what's 1,000 feet down?
How high up on the mountain you currently are. Y'all are a decent ways up this mountain.
It's not a very tall mountain.
That's a very tall mountain.
No.
You're right, you're
It's
right.
not terribly high.
I mean,
The ones-
it's still enough.
The other ones that you're near seem to be much larger than the one that you're currently on.
Is it
You're on the
snowing
short
on our
side.
mountain ground?
Yeah,
He's clearly
going to the
confirmed you're
tallest
wrong.
mountain.
He picked one that was straight line between.
Okay. Okay.
My bad, guys.
No.
From
Is it
where
snowing
you are
on this mountain?
It is not snowing. It is pelting you with ice.
Mylan's gone, right?
Is there weather on either of the other mountains?
As you say that, you like look around for Mylan and you see him like drawing in the snow. He found a little patch and he's like, "Okay, good luck getting back, guys."
I will. Thank you, Mylan. I
And
want my
he-
money back.
So,
I want
for
my
perspective,
money.
El Capitan in Yosemite is 3,000 feet
It's
base to
still
summit.
pretty high, yeah.
So that's 2,000 feet is decent
But,
size.
but that's not a mountain though. Still,
El Capitan
yes.
is not a mountain, is what you were telling me right now.
compared to like the Rockies, no.
It's not like
Compared to-
the total elevation change is 2,000 feet. It's the mountain
It's
face
so-
is
yeah.
2,000.
Well, right. I'm not saying. So I'm. Yeah, that's.
There are 14 mountains over 8,000 meters in
I'm sorry.
the U.S.
This
So,
is
like,
America.
technically, like,
Yeah, what's
there
this
are
meters
larger
for?
mountains. You are correct.
Right.
There are plenty of mountains that are huge. This is not one of them.
It's not a tall mountain.
It is not the
Right.
tallest of mountains. There are the other
Right, I'm
two are at least twice as big as this one.
Yeah. So my yes. I
Anyway,
guess I'll-
Guys,
I'll-
I think there's someone at
but
the
it's
base
not-
of this mountain. Like,
There's a what?
It's a small mountain.
Where's the
it
dragon?
looks like a torch.
That's not
Right, compared to like
Spikes Peak. Or-
Why are we
or
talking?
such.
Why do we care about the head of the mountain right now?
Guys, I'm just saying it's not a big mountain. I'm just saying it's freaking cold.
Okay.
Also, you should watch Free Solo. It's a great movie.
is that
What's the guy?
Alex Hammond?
You want to?
You
Put out the fire.
you do not immediately see a dragon, but you do hear the cry of one somewhere. It seems to be coming from behind you.
Behind
Like,
us is in up
wait.
the mountain or down?
Yeah.
As in towards the south,
So like on the other side of the
on the other side of the mountain.
And we saw fire at the base of the mountain, like in towards
I'm right next to you.
the
Like-
mountain range. Gosh darn it, would you pick a different name?
I just realized.
Yes, you saw. So if y'all are staring north, you see a fire. If you look down to your right, and then the cry seemed to be coming from just smack dab behind you.
Okay. On the, like, we'd have to go around the mountain. Sort
Probably.
of. Okay.
Around or over it.
Around or over. Neat.
Can't go over it.
Let's go under it.
Us coming out the door? What are we singing?
Mind warrior.
All right, around or over?
I say around, as opposed to climbing 1,000+ feet.
I agree.
Did Mrs. Fortune Teller say how long this storm would last?
Just
Give us no information.
Fantastic. Why are we here?
quick
There wasn't any
question.
question about
Are we interested?
storms. There was only a question of which path should our quest take.
To be honest, you flipped a coin.
But if you're worried about storms, I can check on that.
That might be
Let me
neat
know.
to do.
Are we worried
How long
about
That's how you kind of
what's down there?
Containers.
Toll. Nobody-
Other
That's
hunter, perhaps?
Only once a day.
How far away is it?
We want to do start that
No,
way.
how far away are we from the city?
It is probably, if y'all, as the crow flies, it'd be about a day back.
So
We're 2
How
blocks
far
away from
away
the
was
city.
that thing?
You want me to
fire?
check on the weather?
I mean,
About 1,000 foot
if
down.
it'd be better to wait it out, we can move quicker.
either
It's-
another hunter
so-
that has particularly rapid way of movement.
So
Okay.
something to note,
Uh,
if you're able to see it from this far away and in this inclement weather, it's probably not just a torchlight.
I'm
Yeah.
going to
The
take 10
town's
minutes
on
and cast
fire.
clairvoyance on it, so I can see what's down there.
Clairvoyance goes that far?
range equivalent?
You create an invisible sensor within range,
1 mile.
1 mile.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
impressive.
That is pretty cool.
Okay. You see, it goes for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So you cast it, close your eyes, and you start concentrating on it hard. As you concentrate, what comes into focus is a large. I'm trying to think of what the actual word is. I'm sure it is named something. A fire that sits in a very large pan, like a signal fire,
Like a beacon?
like a beacon. Thank you, beacon. That sits upon a rectangular pedestal that has stairs that seem to be leading up the mountain.
I'm gonna switch. I can use my action to switch between sight and hearing. Do I hear anything?
Other than the sound of the weather, go ahead and make a perception check.
At disadvantage.
No.
The beacon is
Oh, good. How about an advantage? Natural one for a 6.
You hear the crackling of the very large fire, and you hear the sound of the weather. You do not happen to hear anything else at this time.
Did I know the stairs? Do the stairs seem they lead up towards us, or do they kind of?
They seem to lead up towards you guys. It seems the stairs in and of themselves, carved out of the stone, they look to be old and probably like the stairs existed before the actual beacon was placed there.
And is there like a source, fuel source? Like a pile of
You
logs?
didn't see
or-
one.
Okay. Does it seem magical then? The fire?
Can't tell.
Can't tell. Okay. Okay, I will relay the information.
So it's a torch for path.
Mm-hmm.
Goes up the mountain.
Yeah.
Not really a concern. Not really worth creating an avalanche to destroy. So let's go for the dragon.
Move on.
Go for the dragon.
Okay.
On that note, when we do get around the other side of the mountain, we should create an avalanche. just
to most of us. Has Horg done anything
really
horrible to you?
don't like
Is
you.
it just or it's
You
just
are so
mad for his
No,
attitude?
personally,
And you
right?
look at me
No.
because I wanted to
It's
kill him
just-
after
it's
he
just
killed the
his
dragon?
master
I
that's
never said I was
the issue, right?
disagreeing with you for wanting to kill him. I
Well,
was
let's kill him
totally on
already.
board with him. The ones you have to convince are everyone else here with moral compasses.
When they're arguing,
What
I'm
if
gonna
he
spend 1 minute to
accidentally
cast
dies?
Ice so if we wait the storm out, it
In
should
an
die down
avalanche.
in the next half hour.
Yes.
What if he
As
got hit
far
by
as
fire before the avalanche struck him?
Half hour.
He was on fire.
Uh,
he might survive the avalanche.
The answer is
Good point.
no.
No, we will not be able to wait up the storm.
Not,
That
not
is-
in a half hour.
It's a plant action you take in the next 30 minutes.
What time is it? Do we have any idea?
With the amount of time that it took for y'all to
It's like
find
tomorrow morning already.
Everyone else has already arrived and killed the
the,
dragon
the
because we
sun
argued
seems
for a
to
day and
be
a half.
setting on the day.
So why don't we do the little?
Which way is the wind
thing?
going? Is it just swirling, or is it like going one direction?
The wind seems to be
Potentially-
coming up from the coast and coming up the mountains. So it is whipping across
So
your
we
left
want to
side.
go.
So we would want to maybe travel around to where there's maybe a little bit of a dead spot, or just less.
It's through the dome that prevents from the wind.
Yeah, so less like cold because that doesn't bother me, and more like so we can see and such. Situational awareness and
It
whatnot.
doesn't improve our situation if we're not on the side of the mountain where there's something that we want to see. But I do not mind. I'll put it here.
If we're moving, because we're not going to stay here, right? How much more travel time do we have? Like an hour?
You probably have hour and a half before the sun begins to set.
I say we get at least.
I'm up to working our way around the mountain.
I'd say we get some
Yep.
travel done at least.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, difficult terrain. It is hard for y'all to make your way around, but you at least are opening up your view down and around to the south.
I suppose this is your chosen terrain.
Snow for a halfling. Yeah.
And
With that, we will end our session with before y'all quite bed down for the night.
Before we bed down, there's the bad side.
Okay.
What will happen before we bed down?
I swear, guys, there are things to do. There are, I promise. I appreciate you all coming. I'm glad that y'all finally got to the beginning of the hunt and a decision made on which way you're going to go.
I'll be honest. I thought everyone was like sold on the dragons. I was like, cool, we're going for the dragons. Suddenly people were like, but consider this, not the dragon.
So the problem is, Chris as a player, I totally want to go fight the dragon. Misery as a character, zero interest.
It does sound like, again, it's like Tequila was like, yeah, this is if I'm, if we're gonna go out, Blaze of Glory, it would be fantastic. But also, I was like, there's the dragon, very small. Would be happily.
That was
Thank
fun.
you, John.
Guys, we have 0 viewers.
That's okay.
2 viewers. Me and you.
Also, I can totally see behind his DM screen. I can see if he fudges his dice rolls, guys. I
Can
haven't
you
been watching.
actually make out the numbers on the?
Not on this